Hi, good evening. This is Rob, aka Larry Noir, and tonight, where we would normally see the Convergence crew, you'll notice the overlay is a little different because we're changing it up. We are playing Kids on Brooms, which is a delightful RPG by Renegade Games that is probably, I dare say, I like a little bit more even than D&D. But it's a great game. We've played it before on stream. We've brought Pond on for this one, so we're going to kind of start from the beginning again. And we have a little adventure set in that magical time of big hair, big music, big everything, the 90s. Which will also include some lovely 80s trivia, which is also why we got Graybeard on here to kind of help round out the table a bit for those puzzles. But yeah, well, there's a lot of good things that can happen. And the neat thing with the 90s, again, and this is, I've said this before, and I'm only going to say this before we get into the introductions and start working. You see a lot of shows are going retro, 80s and 90s, because drama is more interesting when you can't just pick up your cell phone and text somebody. I will say there's a 5-finger challenge here. Put down a finger if you ever actually made a collect call from "Mom, I'm done, come pick me up." Or if you ever had to try to send a code through someone's pager, or if you ever had to push a button more than 3 times in order to write a text message because there was no actual keyboard. Yeah, okay. You kids these days. All right, so we have talked a little bit on the Discord before we got up tonight. We pitched out character concepts and character names, so we're going to fill those in while we do our introductions tonight. So we'll go around the table. Who are we? Where do we find us? And who are we going to be tonight? Which includes name and archetype or trope. And then I guess the last question I would add is what made this exciting for you when you picked it? What are you hoping for? What made you go, ooh, this will be a fun trope to play tonight? To kind of flesh this all out. And we're going to kick it off with Molly first.
I'm barely Molly, and I'm playing Maddie Oswald today, and I picked the bullheaded muscle, and I just want to be like the himbo of the group. Like, I'm really ready to be head empty and punch some wizards. Like, I don't think I'm going to be using the wand very much. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm most excited for, because I typically play characters that investigate and are charismatic. Not tonight.
Got it. Your theme for tonight is Punch On. Okay, we can work with that. We'll take it over to Graybeard.
I'm taking notes. I wasn't ready. I'm Graybeard or Graybeard Stavern, and tonight I'll be playing Dave Berlinski, just Dave. And he's the reluctant oracle, and I just wanted to play like a Bill and Ted Spicoli, just that kind of idiot. But then, he's the oracle, so suddenly there's moments of clarity, man. That kind of thing. So that's what excited me, and I think the most was describing the stellar van that Dave drives. That's what's going to be most exciting.
You can't leave us hanging.
Oh, I just got to describe it.
Yeah, we got to hear about the clearly the van is a character unto itself.
So it's like it's like a purple van. It's an 80s van, so since we're in the 90s, it's like 10 or 15 years old. It's a classic, and it's got this this vortex on it, and coming out of the vortex is an alicorn with a wizard, and the wizard is like doing purple, like dark purple lightning, and the alicorn is shooting rainbows out its nose, like fire rainbows, and that's Dave's stellar van.
You do realize that at least 2 teachers at the Arcane Academy have suggested you tone it down a bit just to help keep a lower profile so that the mundanes don't figure out what's going on.
I figure you're so over the top. There's no way. I'm a wizard, man. That's Dave.
The one character who can say that, and everyone goes, yes, sure you are. Okay, NLK?
Hello, I am Nightlight Night or NLK. You can find me here on Le Twitch. But tonight I'm going to be playing Robin Bellow, who is a charismatic slacker. Somebody that I wish that I could be, because those are two things that I am not. And so I'm very excited to be delving into how to be a slacker. That's gonna, I think that's gonna be a a little bit of a challenge for me of just kind of be like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess like, and their motivation for tonight, the thing that everything is revolving around is C's to get degrees.
Why work hard when the reward for hard work is more work?
Exactly.
I can respect that. Pond, last but absolutely not least.
Hi everyone, I'm That Other Pond. You can find me here on Twitch, and today I am playing Danielle Danny Cooper, who is your funny klutz. I'm looking forward to it because she's not purposefully trying to be funny at all times. She's just kind of like a video game kind of embarrassing nerd. Will make references to comics, anime, all that stuff. Probably does a weird anime voice that no one really appreciates. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I'm usually the himbo. So this will be a nice change to be like the little nerdy one who's reading comic books in the back.
And my name is Robbie, aka Lantern Noir, and I am the guide and storyteller tonight. So it's my job to kind of bring everybody along, let them build the story as we go, and encourage them to continue with the magic phrase that makes the kids in games work, which is, wouldn't it be cool if? And then you throw something onto the table. Because 9 times out of 10, that is how the story progresses. Because my notes are kind of bare bones, as they should be. So we're going to start with the character creation and kind of lay that all out. Going down the list, the way the game mechanics work is for every attribute, you assign a particular dice to it. So a D20 represents the potential for greatness. The D4 represents the potential for the least. And last time we did this, I actually just posted these all in the Discord, but I'm going to read them off to everybody. So you can fill in your character sheet, and then we'll kind of build out from there. And we're going to start going back around the other direction. So our funny klutz starts off with a D20 for charm, a D12 in flight, a D10 in grit, D8 in brains, a D6 in brawn, and fight gets the D4. Yeah.
Sorry, I might have missed one or I clicked it over again. Can you just go over them again, all real quick? I was trying to click along.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the biggest downside here is in the book, it lists them by in descending order of skill, not in alphabetical, like on the character sheet.
Yeah, it's okay.
So charm was the D20. Flight is next with the 12.
Okay.
Found it. And then grit, brains, brawn, and fight.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just missed flight. I wanted to make sure I didn't get them out of order. Thank you.
Perfect. Now, you have 2 questions you have to answer. I'm going to feed them to you so you can muse on them while we work our way around the table. Question 1, what's your go-to joke? And question 2, what do you wish would take you more who do you wish would take you more seriously than they do? So, your go-to joke, and then someone that you wish would just take you seriously already.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we hop over to our charismatic slacker. Oh boy. This looks familiar. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Top of the list, charm at your D20. Next up is flight at D12. Grit at D10.
Okay.
Fight is your D8. Brawn is that D6. And when you need it, a D4 for brains.
It's funny because I already put the D4 for brains.
It's like, kind
I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Your questions will be, why don't you want to work as hard as everybody else seems to want to? And what's one part of your life where you do put in much more effort? Let's see. Reluctant. Okay. Are you prepped? Do you feel like you've got some stuff to muse on while we round the table?
I do.
Alrighty. Mr. Beard. Here we go. The Reluctant Oracle. Oh dear. just guess what your D20 is.
Brains.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay.
Then the fight is your D12. Flight is your 10.
Okay. So 12, 10. Gotcha.
Grit comes in at your 8. It's good that you have everyone here because your charm is just a 6. And your brawn is your 4.
All right.
So the questions you get to muse on, what troubles have your visions prevented? And what confusing vision still haunts you?
Hold on 1 second. And what visions still haunt me?
Yeah, what confusing vision of the future?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bullheaded muscle is not going to be rocking the D20 for brains. No. Although I do like the idea of, okay, well, I'm just going to go down the list. Y'all can make of it what you will. Okay, ready, Molly?
Yes.
Brawn is your D20.
Sweet.
Fight is your D12.
Accurate.
Grit is that D10.
Got it.
Then it goes flight, brains, and charm. God help us if you have to talk the group out of a situation.
Oh, man. Well, wait, what would intimidation be under then? Not charm, right?
That wouldn't be talking your way out of it.
That's true. Okay, that's true.
I'm just waiting for the first time for you to say, can I investigate? Because I'm totally going to make you roll that.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's possible. Besides, Chad has a pool going on the over-unders for when it will happen. Okay, your 2 questions to consider. What's your go-to way of showing just how strong you are? And your second question, despite your muscle and reputation, you're incredibly gentle in which one part of your life? Where is the softer side of Maddie?
Wait, could you just repeat the second question? I'm not a very fast writer.
No problem. Despite your muscle and rep, you're incredibly gentle in what one aspect of your life?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So this is very, very character specific. Kind of gets everyone's juices going, gets them thinking about what's going on, and kind of helps flesh out before we even start talking about the group dynamic. Because somehow these 4 got to hanging out together.
It was the van.
Dave is the carpool guy.
It was one day in detention.
Nice.
If that detention's on a Saturday, I'm turning the stream down right now, and we're all going home.
Breakfast.
I mean, it kind of feels those vibes.
That movie's a lot less fun when you connect yourself with the nerd and realize at the end of the movie, he's the only one going home single.
Aw.
And I'm sorry, spoilers in case you haven't seen it. 30-second break. And he got stuck writing the essay for everybody. Oh, that hurts. Pond, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
Have you mused over the questions?
Yes,
What-
I've been reading jokes this whole time.
So the go-to joke is?
Do you know the difference between toilet paper and wallpaper?
No.
Gross.
I just saw that on TikTok. Like
That's, after all the jokes I read,
minutes-
I was like, that's the one I'm keeping. Like, it
Minutes.
stuck in my head.
minutes before the stream, I watched that on
I saw
TikTok.
it yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're that kind of funny, huh?
She just thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Especially when it takes like a second for people to get it. Got you.
So who do you wish would take you more seriously, though?
So I decided very briefly, she wishes that her English teacher would take her more seriously because although her English teacher is married and like, you know, an older woman, she is absolutely in love with her and is like, you know, that kind of like Stacy's mom being like, it's fine. I'm a teenager. And there's clearly nothing happening there at all.
That's fair. That's fair. Crushes happen. It's occupational hazard.
Teenagers having crushes on teachers, it's horrible.
I've been told it happens. I've never actually seen it. Anyway, NLK,
Yes.
what you got for us?
So the first one is a little bit, serious. So why don't you work as hard as everybody else? Because her mom lost her job recently and she doesn't see the point in going through all of this education if you're just going to lose your job anyway.
That's fair. That's
And
fair.
then the one part of your life where I do put in effort is my crochet top business. I am an entrepreneur and I can crochet the crud out of some things. Really quick, too. Magic. It's the 90s.
I am simply a facilitator on your collective journey. I do not editorialize. It's not my job. Okay, Greybeard. Let's hear about this reluctant oracle.
Have to unmute first. So, what troubles did my vision prevent? It was a tire fire at the junkyard, and that's where he saw and found the van. It was at the junkyard. He saw the van in a dream, and then there was fire all around it, and the melting steel and rubber encased the van, and yeah, he saved the junkyard, and hence the old man who runs the place gifted him this junky old this van who he figured he would never be able to sell anyway. And so that's where Dave got the van. And then
Speaking of the van, was the van
sure.
has the van been refurbished?
yeah, it's been like he probably, we're gonna say Dave's probably junior, senior, or second year junior, even though he's got a 20 brains, and such. So yeah, he's been working on the van. Probably say he saved the van at 16, and now he's like 17, and he's been working on the van for a year. So it's it has been refurbished.
Fair. And then that haunting vision.
The haunting vision is that there really is a rock and roll demon, and Dave has seen it. He was at a concert and he had the vision of this real live rock and roll demon, and at first he thought it was part of the show and such, and then realized, no, that's not part of the show, that's scary. And so he believes that there's a rock and roll demon that he has seen.
That's okay. Fair. We can work with that. And then the last piece brings us over to Molly.
Right. So I tried to answer these as head empty as possible. So, my way of showing how strong I am, I lift the nearest object or person to me because that's how you show how strong you are. And then, despite my muscle, what aspect am I gentle about? I cry when I see cute animals. They're too cute. They're too cute. They're just too cute. They have no business being that cute.
So you randomly pick people up.
Yeah.
And you stop
or
to pet
objects.
everything.
Whatever's closest. You don't
Fair.
think I can bench press that?
Now, we were talking on the Discord. What did we decide on Molly's stature? Is she...
So I'm short. Yes.
Okay.
But with I didn't say this in the beginning, but I'm also on the roller derby team. I'm the roller derby captain, the derby darlings. I'm definitely at this school on a sports scholarship, by the way. Not here for anything else. But I constantly am wearing my blades everywhere. Have to. Which give me some height, which make me about average height.
The only
But like strong, like you look. Like,
Oh yeah, buff, but like way
nice.
buffer than the player.
absolutely fair and fun. As we kind of flesh the characters out, we've touched on motivation briefly. Molly does have very creative characters. I concur completely with that, Shadow. And that works incredibly well. We have incoming. We have something incoming here. Lord Lethris. Well, good evening. Welcome. Come on in, pull up a chair. You're just in time for some of the most interesting parts of this game. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. And on the show, we do a lot of RPGs, mostly Dungeons and Dragons, but we're taking a break from the world of high fantasy or low fantasy, depending on how you play it. And yes, the Raider symbol. Thank you, Greybeard. We're playing some Kids on Brooms. I often say bikes by accident. But come on in. We're glad to have you here. Thank you, Tentacle, for dropping the follow immediately. Thanks for bringing your players over here. We're glad to have you in our group. So yeah, come on in. We are currently embroiled in character creation, which a big part of the Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms, and Kids in Space games are the collaborative work of putting a character together and creating a troupe of characters so that the story becomes natural as a result of that. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time with it. We just finished introducing everybody. We're going to start now moving into the actual character creation part. And so the next big question for the table is, what grade is everybody in? Who are the underclassmen? Who are the upperclassmen?
Dave drives, so Dave's upper class.
Naturally.
Yeah,
I think Robin's upper class as well.
I think Maddie's upper class too. I feel like I've had to repeat grades, if that's even a thing possible to do in a magical school. I've definitely had to repeat some grades.
Danny's also upperclassman.
Okay, so we have all upperclassmen. This is going to get interesting, and I am familiar with Dungeon Alchemist. That's awesome. I have it. I use it extensively. It's a great program. Awesome that you're showing that off because it's a lot of fun. Okay, so once you've clicked your upperclassman status, you have your choice of 3 strengths in addition to trained in. Now, the catch is there's nowhere on the online character sheet to type in what you're trained in, but you can pick one category of thing to have an additional +1 in for to be trained at. So all spells related to that get you a bonus of +1 when you cast them. Double checking here. I believe I think you say trained in a particular. Yeah, it's a type of magic. So you can pick one of your traits to say that you're trained in it. So as upperclassmen, which of those attributes is the one that you are most connected with? And then you can check off any other, I think it's two more. I'm just going to double check to make sure. Yep, you get 2 more strengths. And the neat thing with this character sheet, I'm going to actually post the link in the chat for anyone that wants to follow along as we're doing this on their end. It automatically shows you the mechanics that go with those strengths in order to kind of help guide your thought process. So while you're looking those over, and then we'll report out what we picked. Also remember, you are going to have to pick some flaws. And we're going to talk about fears. Because, well, it's my job. I have no flaws? No, well, okay. Conceded. I have to be careful though. Polymorph does get a little extra wiggle room as they are a Patreon sponsor. Which, speaking of, I have almost all of my notes for tonight through the next 2 weeks because we're hoping between 2 and 3 sessions to complete this story arc. And it's either going to be the July or the August update on my Patreon. I am going to be posting a rate of how to run tonight's adventure. So if you're looking for a Kids on Brooms game and you don't know how much you need to prep, this will have everything you need to get up and running. So that'll be fun. Do we have a volunteer to go first to share what strengths they've settled on?
I'll go first.
Okay. What does our charismatic slacker, what is she good at?
So I put the grit for what she's training.
Okay.
And then easygoing and lucky. So you gain 2 adversity tokens when you fail instead of 1, and luck, you may spend 2 adversity tokens to reroll a stat check.
That works. And that seems like the kind of thing too. Like she's gotten through this being lucky.
Right.
And easygoing. They've kind of like flows in there and it works really well. Since they haven't come up yet, adversity tokens, everybody starts the game with 2 of them. And they represent your ability to tweak the outcomes. They're like fate points in other game systems. You can spend them to get bonuses. You can also spend them to give other people bonuses. If they're they know it's going to be a hard encounter, you can, as long as it's not a snap decision, you can jump in and say, "Hey, I'll help you with that." It's luck feat, something like that. Molly, you ready to go?
Yes.
Talk to us about Maddie's strengths.
So I also put trained in grit because, and maybe I don't have this right, but like grit would be like basically your constitution, right? Like what you can handle, like in an attack, or like something like that, perhaps. Is that what grit is?
Grit is anytime that you are persevering.
Okay.
And that's not just physical, that's all forms of perseverance. If this is someone who just stays at it. So magically, that's things like a shield charm could be a representation of grit.
Okay. Yeah, so I chose trained in grit as well. And then I picked the strengths of guardian, which means when defending another player or an NPC, always roll both of your stat die and the magic die. Then add them together even if you're not using magic to do it. If your check fails, you may re-roll the magic die. And then tough was the second one I picked, which is if you lose a combat roll, add +3 to the negative number. You still lose the roll no matter what, but you could reduce your loss to -1 so that it doesn't like make it really bad.
That works. Pond, can you tell us about Danny's strengths?
So I did trained in brains, and I did easygoing. So the gain 2 adversity tokens when you fail instead of 1, and unassuming, which is may spend 2 adversity tokens to not be seen within reason.
Because you're unassuming. We all just kind of overlook you.
Yeah, I'm just in the corner doing whatever.
That totally works. And also, I should mention now, too, every time, as we've said, every time someone fails, they automatically get an adversity token. Except for everyone who's easygoing, you pick up 2. So as some of these strengths are showing, you can use them to power things. They can also be used to add additional +1s to different rolls. So you have those to kind of factor into things. Graybeard.
I took trained in flight because van and flight sounds great together. And then I took loyal. Each of the adversity tokens you spend to help your friends, give them +2 instead of +1. And of course, I had to take prepared because you never know when you might need a zombie Cupid doll or a toy ray gun. And I figure all that's in the van or in his big trench coat pockets. So that's Dave.
Can he always have Twinkies in there?
There's zingers, raspberry zingers, man. Come on. It's the 90s.
Okay. I wasn't trying to step on your toes, Molly. I'm just like, it feels like it's a good shtick. It becomes a bit of a channel trope. It's
I'm glad I could change it up just enough.
It's like Brad Pitt's character in Ocean 11, where he's always eating junk food.
Now it's just vending machine baked goods. The next one will be honey buns, and then the one after that.
Snowballs.
Awesome. In addition, you also get to pick your wand. And in order to kind of speed this along a pinch at this stage, basically you just pick 2 attributes that you get a +1 to as a result of the makeup of your wand. And so
Already got mine. Done.
Would you, just out of curiosity?
Oh, brawn and fight. I'm going in on these stats.
Got it. When in doubt, point Maddie at it. And then something interesting should happen. Okay. Now, flaws. They give us a list of suggested flaws in the book. I'm going to send that to everybody here in our Discord rather than rattling off the whole list. But pretty much it's kind of like what you would expect. One word downsides. So blunt, cocky, etc.
They have drop downs, Rob,
They do.
on the character sheet. Yeah, if you click in where it says pick a flaw.
Never mind.
Woohoo, woohoo.
And you can also add custom ones.
Ah.
But you do have to have a couple of flaws. Now, here's the fun twist about flaws as you're thinking about this. We will get to bagels eventually. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's when we start moving into the 2000s, I think. But yeah. You can also, and this is a thing I love about these narrative games, you can screw everybody over by playing to a flaw and you get a free adversity token. If the situation calls for it, you can say, yeah, Dave is kind of cursed. This seems like a good time for something to just, some bad luck to just happen. And boom, free adversity token.
Get out of my head, man.
And I'm gonna let you sit on those before you tell me what they are. I'm gonna let y'all tell me when they come up. I want to be surprised by these.
Oh, so we have to call them out. No one else in the crew can call those out. I've forgotten that.
Once we know what they are.
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking tonight. Let's leave them down there. Let you guys call them out when they happen. It'll add a little surprise for me. And sometimes it's hard to find good places to be surprised with these games. But the big one is that fear piece. Now we've heard about all your strengths, all the things you're good at. We've had lots of talks about motivation on the Discord to get ready for tonight. What are we all afraid of? What's the thing that's going to gnaw at us as we go along? He said, gain his keyboard ready, because these absolutely won't come back to haunt you. As everyone thinks.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's
Well, and I'm gonna keep going until I see some sign that I'm supposed to stop. But this is where we start to get into that real, the hero wants but can't have because. Which again, props to them for having a creative way of saying, look, let's let the players be the ones to establish the challenges they're going to be facing. So what is everyone afraid of? And you can technically say spiders, but this is a magical universe. Them going to be big spiders. I mean, you have Maddie. So I would just, put that there. Although, again, Maddie being afraid of spiders would also be really funny. A bit of a trope, but really funny. Who's got one?
Can I link it to my vision that haunts me?
Absolutely.
Like certain rock and roll songs. Yeah, like if he hears them or they're on the radio or whatever, he just like, it's total, freak out.
Okay. Fear of mimes, spiders, and small spaces all at the same time. Ooh. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the thing. Polymorph, that's going to happen. 30-second ads, that's just part of life, man. You're not getting away from that. What else have we got, folks? Or are we starting to get stumped?
I think I have. Like, Maddie is afraid that she's gonna be not strong enough for a situation. Like, not strong enough to stop something, not strong enough to save somebody. Like, I think she tries to come across as, like, this badass, but she's also afraid of, like, not being good enough, which is why she trains so hard. And also being alone in dinner conversation, I think she's also terrified of, because she does not know what to say. Like, if after we get past the sports, no conversation can be had. Yes.
Fair. Fair. And Lord Lethris, once again, thanks for bringing your people over here. We appreciate you coming in and hanging out as long as you could post-raid. You had a good stream. You owe yourself a break. Take it. And double check your alarm, because you're up late. Just saying. I've seen that movie. It's not end well. Starred in that movie. I was once woken up by my parents' cat because they were out of town and I overslept, and I managed to do a 35-minute commute in 17. I may or may not have driven across a couple of vacant lots on the way in order to cut corners. Literally.
Wow.
I made it before school started. Everyone is afraid of the American healthcare system, Polymorph. That doesn't count. Although, does Robin have a fear?
I think so. I mean, you can be a slacker, but still be afraid of things. So I think actually, in kind of a weird way, she's scared of being kicked out of school because she knows it would disappoint her mom. So that's the serious answer. And then the more interesting answer is she's also scared of bunnies. She got bitten by one when she was little, took a chunk of her finger, and now no more bunnies. Magic shows like magicians, terrifying. Because you never know what they're going to pull out of that hat.
They pull the rabbit out of the hat, and you're like, put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back. That's fair. Afraid of the limelight's another good potential fear that gets tied with that trope. The slacker's a slacker because they don't want to risk success. Come by on Saturday and ask me about the student who would have tantrums when she got A's. I don't have time to tell the whole story tonight, but I guarantee it will be a story at the retirement party on Saturday because it is a really good story. Pond, have you come up with a good fear for Danny?
Yeah, so I have two as well. One is I think she's super afraid of losing her magic because she's big like comic book nerd and really loves superheroes and stuff, and this is kind of the thing that makes her special. So she never wants to lose that. Also, just side question into the next fear, is Harry Potter canon in this universe? Because if so, she's definitely afraid that her bones are gonna turn to jelly because something went wrong.
Okay, so good news, bad news. You can be afraid of that. That's legit. There's been enough magic, but unfortunately it cannot be as a result of having seen it happen in the Harry Potter book or movie.
Okay. That would have been the book, but yeah, it was 90s. So
it happened in the movie too, didn't it?
It did happen in the movie, but movies is beyond 90s. So.
Fair. Yeah, because the book was published in 97, which, according to my notes, is going to be a year and a half from now.
Okay. So yeah, perfect. I love that.
Yeah. She
just heard it somewhere and she's like, no.
Where do you think she got the idea for the book? It was real magic.
Man, she's just ripping off all of her lives.
I mean, her bones turned to jello. That also sounds like the kind of thing that a magical teacher would say as a potential side effect to a miscast spell that will it just gets into your brain and you can never unhear it. You know, it's like, it's the whole, like, how many spiders you swallow over your lifetime. Yeah.
That stat is actually not true, by the way. No one knows, but the answer is probably like 1 or 2 in your lifetime.
Thank you.
That's still 1 or 2 more than I'm comfortable with.
You should be way more afraid of bot flies. I'm gonna leave it at that. You should be way more afraid of bot flies, everyone in the world. I'm gonna change it. Maddie's scared of bot flies.
Everybody's scared of bot
all
flies.
Of that and bot flies.
Were those the ones that had the
They lay the egg in your skin.
Yes.
And you have to put Vaseline on top of it.
And then you have to yank them out.
Or you let them run their course, because they had a whole plot on Bones one time where he did that.
Oh, I hate it.
I think I don't
I think that can cause serious infections. I don't think you're supposed to let them run their course.
Yeah, whatever it was, because that was the whole plot, was he was getting medical attention, not to get it out, but to make sure he didn't have complications from it.
Hate it.
It was a very weird episode. Of course, Bones was kind of a weird series.
Yeah.
Like, Dave is not afraid of bot flies because he doesn't know about bot flies, but now GB is afraid of bot flies. So thanks for that.
Was it the same book?
I just remembered because his wand was broken and he broke it because of the Weeping Willow.
Yes. I am not going to go look any of this up. I have too many other things I'm trying to keep track in my head. Okay, so I have some fears to play with. Since we've kind of touched on it, you're going to need some dates to help kind of steer everything. and in particular the fact that the current time that we're going to start in, and I'll let y'all have some buy-in here, is going to be the fall of 1995. So let's see, major events in 1995. Let's see. So perspective. Popular books included The Chamber by John Grisham, Wings by Danielle Steele. Most popular television show is currently Seinfeld, followed by ER. Braveheart just won Best Picture. Nicolas Cage won Best Actor? I did not know that happened.
Age.
Not the bees.
Yeah.
That was a good thing at AOL. Yes, AOL. Seal kind of swept the Grammys that year, minus Alanis Morissette and Annie Lennox, rounding also out top honors there. So a little sense of some pop culture from the time to kind of frame where we are with everything. Yeah, we're not going to bring that into this because that's not wholly relevant. And that's kind of a bummer. So we won't mention that. Popular songs. Creep, by TLC, Take a Bow, Madonna. This Is How We Do It, Montel Jordan. And Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman by Bryan Adams. So, it is kind of a good year. Jeez. I was in the middle of college at the time. Let's see. You are currently, the characters are attending two different schools. One during the day, that's your public high school you attend to keep your cover. And then you all have make your way you have all found a way to have your last couple periods free. So you can go off to the Magical Academy in the afternoon. What is the name of that academy? It needs a name and an interesting feature.
I don't know why. I'm just going to throw this out there. We can totally, but beakers just popped in my head. We definitely don't have to use it, but
That was my first thought. I was like, Danny will reference that as many times as possible.
Yeah, we do go to a magic school named after a Muppet.
Incredible.
It's been called that for 245 years.
doesn't matter.
I'm down with Beaker's Academy.
I love it too because the sports team would definitely be the Beakers Seekers, and I'm the captain. I'm about it.
The mascots are the Beaker Seekers.
Yeah, that's the team name, and I'm for sure the captain of like every sport. I mean, they only have one, right? It's only Quidditch.
Well, that's a follow-up question. What is their magical sport? It's like mundane sport, but, and then we fill in the other blank.
Doesn't it have to be something on skates?
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
Roller hockey, but like 3-dimensional roller hockey, or gravity well roller derby. Like you go this way.
Or
like
roller hockey
side.
with portals.
Yeah, like Blink Derby, where it's like you like the blink spell, and we'll always reference D&D, but it's like you blink out of existence and can like appear somewhere else, like
Pro beach hockey. Why are we Googling this, Polymorph?
I don't know, but I am.
That just sounds like a sport that ends in dehydration. Just in
And,
hockey
and
gear.
missing teeth. Yeah. Well, it's like street hockey, but
Yeah.
okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
I do like the blinking in and out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, the portal is constantly like opening and closing, so like you can start to go up one ramp to go through a portal, but then the portal closes or it opens somewhere. I mean, I could see there being some real strategy to figuring out the right plays with that weird, Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So the top sport. So the sport there that everyone likes to play is a combination of Portal, the video game, and roller hockey. What about the school you go to during the day?
I don't know about you guys, but I definitely think that Maddie, I don't know if you had these in your area. In very rural areas, they normally have like a trade school that you can go to instead of a high school at a certain age. Like once you hit like, yes, exactly. I think that Maddie is fully enrolled in a trade school where she is like learning to fix up old cars. Like she's in a mechanics course. That's it.
So Maddie's day starts with 3 hours of mechanics work, catches
Yes.
a bus over to the high school to take 2 academic classes, then goes to her community service course, and hops in Dave's van and goes over to Beaker's,
Yes, absolutely.
and somehow does roller derby.
Yes. Never skip leg day either. Just want to reiterate that. It's important.
Okay. Do we have anybody else doing the tech school in the morning?
Absolutely. Danny is in the film section of tech school. And so
Yes.
she's doing lots of homemade movies that may have magic in them, but she just calls them special effects. I'm just really good at After
Perfect.
Effects.
I feel like Maddie and Danny go to the same trade school.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's just like they happen to be like classrooms right next to each other despite being completely different.
Yeah.
How many times has your instructor had to say cut due to pneumatic hammers or somebody dropping a toolbox or something in the next room? That's
so
awesome.
often. Yes.
You just see like she's filming something and Maddie's doing lunges in the background. Like
Okay, I'm calling this, for lack of title, I'm going to call it the Lakeland Polytech High School. But what about the midday then? So where do Robin and Dave spend periods 1 through 5?
The van.
In the van, just slacking. Yeah, the amount that we actually go to class could possibly be tempered by. Could it just be like Blancheville High? Just like something totally blah.
Burn it,
You know?
very arranged, very flat.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm for that.
Then in that case, it's Springfield,
All right. Okay.
the single most generic American town name.
Mm-hmm. So Springfield High. But the town is actually like Green Village or something like that. Just the high school's named something different.
Yep.
And nobody knows it, like in the crew or whatever, but Dave is in all AP classes. And because he's got that 20 brains. But he doesn't think they're AP classes. He just thinks they're the normal classes. And so, yeah, he just does his thing.
He's not sure how this all happened.
By some miracle. It's like, some guidance counselor. Yeah, some guidance counselor keeps signing him up for it because every paper he turns in, it's like, MIT level courses.
yeah, Maddie looks at the books that you have, just normal, like human, not magical books that you have for class. She's like, what language is this? Like, what arcane magic is this? Like, absolutely no idea.
Newtonian
lift 'em up.
physics.
It's called math.
What?
I feel like we've had this conversation. Okay, so I want to know more about some of the teachers there. I'd like if we can all think about a teacher at each of the 2 buildings that has stuck out to us. Or counselor. Some adult presence that your character has latched onto, either for good or bad. Someone that gives you a good vibe, or someone that gives you something's funny there.
So at the high school,
Okay.
at Springfield, there is a home ec teacher named Mr. Maples. And Robin just hangs out there all the time. And because he understands that she is not interested really in like book smarts, but she is very interested in like entrepreneurship and making things. He like has kind of taken her under his wing a little bit, so he like lets her kind of skip certain classes and stuff, but always points her to be like, you still got to get your work done.
Maybe he has a computer in his classroom
Ooh, maybe.
that he lets you work on.
There we go.
As long as you're caught up in your other classes, because you are totally caught up, right?
Totally.
Like you're not missing a test today, right?
No, not at all.
Because if you were missing a test, I have to send you back. So you need to look me in the eyes, say, I do not have a test this period.
I do not have a test this period. It was yesterday.
That's what she told me. Good. I'll be over here.
Maybe somewhat based on a true person, by the way.
Do you think you think my half the dialogue came out of nowhere? That wasn't role play. That was last week.
This was like, I don't even know, 20 years ago?
He actually has a computer. Okay, who else is populating this little town of ours?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. White at Springfield. He's the advanced chemistry teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave very much enjoys advanced chemistry for all the wrong reasons.
Mr. Belinsky, I'd just like to remind you that this activity is supposed to be turning it from clear to blue. I appreciate you've made a blue flame that encompasses most of your desk.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the objective today.
Oh. Sweet. And then he pulls something that just, no one really knows what it was, but it chemically neutralizes it and puts it out almost instantaneously.
It warms the cockles of my heart that you're all creating these wonderful, happy memory teachers. We are going to need some bad guys in here at some point.
Okay.
Those will be the magic ones.
Okay.
I have one as well
Okay.
in the normal school. Mrs. Blaze, who is the English teacher that Danny has crush on, but she's definitely evil. Danny is just blind to it. She's like, you just read Shakespeare and it sounds so cool, and just like, how do you do that? And
Now, how is everyone else sure she's evil?
probably because she's just a jerk. That's not the word I was going to use. Rich.
She's just a witch.
Yeah, she's a witch for sure.
In the
And
other,
Danny's like, no, she's not a witch. I would know that. It's like- She could be a witch though, but no one actually knows it, and she's in disguise in the normal school to do evil things.
entirely possible. I actually had that teacher that nobody ever gets an A. She never gave anything higher than a C. Every essay you got a C on it. You knew how bad your essay was by the number of minuses attached to the C. So like a good essay was a C, a bad essay was a C minus, a really bad essay was a C minus minus. And then like if it was trashed, it'd be like 3 minuses. And if she had just had enough of your BS, one friend of mine actually got one that wrote, "Congratulations, you have won the golden shovel. C minus," and there were minuses all the way down the rest of the front of the page and onto the back. I can relate to. I had Mrs. Blaze. So Molly, tell us about one teacher that that Maddie has interacted with, for good or bad.
So Maddie definitely has a coach. It's not a teacher, it's the coach. I'm sure that they teach a subject during the day and coach at a different time, but Maddie doesn't go to classes anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I think it's like, I think that the coach is like not really good or bad. I think Maddie comes from a house with like a lack of stability, which is why she gravitated towards sports, because it's so structured. And this coach is really good because she provides a lot of structure, but it's like, you're slacking, like, you know, like very strict and like very like about doing the program, and like you can't slack on it even for a minute. If you have a minute, you could be doing a bicep curl. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very like, Maddie loves them, but they probably are also a little unhealthy for her. Like, you know, like there's a little bit of a gray area there.
Does our coach have a name?
Coach Wilkins. But just coach.
He also teaches AP Math.
Okay.
He's the advanced placement calc teacher.
Great. Okay. So he probably hates Dave. Hates him. Just hates Dave.
No, because he recognizes the talent.
Right. And Dave just does the math and just doesn't interact at all or whatever. It's just cool. Got it.
The name is Coach. Okay, it's Coach Wilkins, not Mr. You address him as Coach.
Yeah.
Except for
In
Dave.
class, out of class, everyone's coach.
Because the vibe I get is he would like have tried with Dave like in the first week or two, you're not pulling your weight in here. You need to get together, Berlinski. And then realizes like within the next minute and a half, this is not going to work. He does not respond to this.
All right. Perfect.
Do not call me Mr. Wilkins. That's my dad. I am Coach. Okay, Mr. Wilkins.
You got it, Big W. It's cool.
These are all really good. Hershey by Mellow. That works. That works. Okay, now we have to bring you guys together, and then we have to rip your emotionally apart. So, that's what we do with this. It's called drama. It's part of the fun. Okay, so we do this all the time when I run my games. I love going through these questions with players. I get the vibe that we know for sure that Danny and Maddie know each other fairly well, and Dave and Robin know each other fairly well. Do we want to have some bridges between the two? Or do all four of us know each other and we can save the unknowns for other stories?
Well, we obviously carpool to the magic school, so we at least know each other that far.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we can know each other. Maybe just some a little less than others.
Okay. Fair.
Because I do have a question about this world. So, like, does everybody in the town also go to the magic school? Or is it like, I don't know.
Nope, it's a select few.
Okay. So it's really small in general anyway. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Robin would be like, she's cool, he's a loser. He's cool, she's definitely a loser. And like, Dave, pick him up.
I was kind of picturing this more like a somewhat suburban-ish setting. So the high school probably has 200 to 300 kids in each class. And then out of that, maybe, so that's 1,000 students, maybe 100 go to the Magical Academy, if that. It's a relatively small percentage of the population.
And
Okay.
and the town thinks it's a community center?
Sure.
Or what is the okay.
Well, I guess my original thought was it's an abandoned elementary school on the edge of town
Okay.
that everyone just doesn't pay attention to. There might even be like a magical thing attached to it so that everyone drives past it and can see all the cars lined up in the parking lot every afternoon, but it doesn't register in anybody's heads. Like nobody goes, there are a lot of cars parked at the abandoned elementary school. It doesn't click.
Well, because you had said something about Maddie having like I forget what you said, something like detention or whatever. That's why I was thinking maybe it was that we all had community service at the community center, and so we all had to go there.
I like that for sure.
What if? Okay, how's this? What if the school just has multiple entrances? It's one of those where like the back door of the post office and that storage locker in the back of the girls' locker room and the second inventory door at the CVS, all are doors to get into the magical school.
Off of like just places in the town.
Yeah.
It's like a good upside down.
Sure. We'll go with that. But that does take away the fun of carpooling a little bit. Unless we just say there's no door near the school. Y'all have to go somewhere to get to the door that you're going to use today.
The portal only works for like the bell. It's like it only works for a certain amount of time, and we all never make it on time, so we got to take the van.
Yeah.
Or it moves.
Like missing the train at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
We missed the school bus, and then your friend drives by in their car, and you're like, "Thank God."
And we all have to go to the broken bathroom at the 7-Eleven every single day.
Yes. I love it. I feel
it's
like
a
that's how
little
we all
glitchy.
met.
Yeah, it's a little glitchy, and so it doesn't like shut off like the other ones do. I feel like the other ones close, but we found out that this one like stays open for additional like 13 minutes.
Yeah. I love that.
And
I
we
feel
all
like that's
desperately-
definitely how we all met, was being late to school.
And then like Dave just like pulls up, like
I know where there's a
screeches
door.
into the parking lot, and like we both hop out.
Yeah, like maybe Robin and Dave were like neighbors growing up or something. So
Yeah.
it just was natural to drive to school together once we got the van.
Also, I feel like Robin definitely works at this 7-Eleven part-time.
Yes.
Hey, and Maddie's in mechanics classes. I feel like I definitely helped Dave with the upkeep of the van. Yeah, for sure.
Symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
Perfect.
He got it as a gift. He brought it up to the school because that's where you get the cheapest repairs done.
Right. So it's constantly in that shop.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Up at the school, for sure.
You take
And,
care of it.
Pond
At
is
7. Oh, go ahead.
Pond, is there a comic store in town, or do you have to get your comics from the 7-Eleven?
Oh, imagine
'Cause in the
the comics
90s
they're sold there. Yes. Yeah.
In the
they're-
90s,
What?
they would have stuff sold
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah,
What
they'd have
comics?
they'd have a whole spinning rock.
Oh, Archie,
rack.
definitely.
Yeah, for
Archie
sure.
and Friends.
Yeah.
You know, there's some deepness in
manga.
this Riverdale scene. Just saying. For sure. Also, I imagine that 7-Eleven has the pina colada flavor Slurpee, and nowhere
Also
else
true.
does, and that's her favorite.
Oh, but how about this? So, because Mr. Maples has a computer, Robin has been able to find was there like an eBay in 1995? Okay.
There were in the 90s there were static web pages that were linked.
Right.
The web as we know it is now is technically it's called Web 3.0.
Yeah.
Web 2.0 won't be for another 10 years. We're still in the
Okay.
I have a page and it's linked to others.
Yeah.
When
I'm trying to
Amazon was
think-
a bookstore, it was around in the 90s.
I'm just trying
Yeah.
to think of how, because I feel like Robin somehow found a website where she could order manga for you. And we have like a black market, like underhanded deal for comic books and Japanese
Take my lunch
manga.
money.
Yeah.
Take my lunch money.
Yeah.
I-
Robin is an entrepreneur. Man,
so-
she, like, again, slacking in school, but not in much else.
And I feel like Maddie's always in the back, like, grab your picture books, I'm gonna carve up.
Yep, and then and so that was probably how like Dave and Pond Danny like started talking because she's standing there like looking through the comics and he's like, oh yeah, 67. That's a good issue. How about and just like starts rattling off statistics of comics for the last 25 years or something. And
Danny is now permanently at his side. Like, yes.
So, and then of course you like introduce Dave to manga, and he's like, must more read. Robin, get more now.
Can we agree that there are also like hangers in the back of the 7-Eleven that have crocheted tops?
Oh, of course. They're just hanging like to the side. Like, the owner of the 7-Eleven is like some 30-year-old, like has been put in charge as a general manager and just does not care. Is high
No skills.
most of the time.
No
Like,
skills.
Is high most of the time, is like box smoking in the back or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So basically we just have full run of this 7-Eleven.
So how is it that you two are at a game table and somehow a 7-Eleven became the hangout?
You said 7-Eleven.
I very specifically said 7-Eleven.
Listen, we have to have themes on this
With intention.
channel, okay?
Bro.
We have to have themes
You have
on
to
the
change all of
channel.
your artwork to 7-Eleven
Yeah.
colors.
Oh yeah, because that's a company
We
I
need
want
to
coming
get a
after me.
sponsorship.
Colors, not the
The
logo.
sponsorship.
Although a 7 is an upside down L, just saying.
And I like the idea too of Danny and Dave playing like Golden Axe or whatever the video game is, and then like as they're playing, Maddie, just you see her like whoosh come past outside the window, and then like a second later whoosh past. So like every 3 seconds or 4 seconds she makes a loop of the place, and then
Yes.
eventually one of us just like goes out with like a Slim Jim, peels it open and just holds it out the door, whoosh,
Yeah.
I love it.
with it.
You don't even have to have magic in this.
I know.
I mean,
This seems pretty great.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that like the price tag sticker is still on Maddie's wand. Like it has not seen a lot of action. Like it's just not.
Somewhere there's a professor at the academy going, Miss Oswald, how is it that you have been in my class now for 2 consecutive years and yet to bring a wand to school?
Dude, like I don't even know.
Class. What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
I know. I was trying to look up. I wrote down some. Oh wait. She totally says take a chill pill, dude. Like chill out. It's not that big of a deal.
I thought the wand was supposed to choose the wizard. Somebody chose poorly.
and Dave walks into their class and it's like, I think you left this in the van. Yeah, is that your wand?
Bro, I don't even know.
It's gotta
Honestly, you could put 5 wands in front of me. I do not know what mine looks like.
be. All right.
Fair. Yeah, that is an impressive tankard, by the way, NLK.
Thank you. I got it from the Renaissance Fair. It says big as my face.
90s was big on your mom jokes. Indeed, it was. And that is a good sized tankard. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm not going to do my usual level of note taking because I feel like we've all got a good vibe and I don't need to write it all down. But I do want to guide us through these just to continue to grow some of these relationships. So let's start with Graybeard, who's going to answer some questions about his bestie-ish, Miss Robin.
All right.
So question 1. Oh, Dave and Robin first experienced something profoundly emotional together. What was it?
As this input, or is it something that I say? Does this work? Because it's like, do I fill in the blank or do we talk kibitz?
You fill it in. You go.
Oh,
You get to decide for the two of you what your relation. She'll get to do it back.
right.
Don't worry.
How about one of our pets died? Like, be like way heavy in that, like as kids. Is that viable?
Oh, how about we... Oh, no, I don't want to... Sorry, I just went into bad memories right there because that actually happened. But we definitely, like, made a funeral for this pet
All right.
together.
It wasn't a bunny, was it?
No, it was
Okay.
How about a gerbil? How about
All
a
right,
gerbil
all right.
named Jerry?
Was it murdered by the bunny?
Jerry the gerbil?
And we bonded over because like how about you had the gerbil? I wasn't allowed to have pets. And so we bonded over Jerry, and then Jerry passed away, and then we held a funeral
Perfect.
and like did a whole thing.
All right.
That is a bonding experience.
Sorry, you were supposed to say that. I just took that over.
No, that was amazing. That was perfect. That's why I wanted to kind of like I said, I asked about the kibitzing part because I'm like, that's amazing. Yeah.
You
so
are absolutely allowed. Yeah, that's encouraged. This is your building.
So Jerry the gerbil was your surrogate pet because your parents or whatever wouldn't let you have a pet. So then when they died, it was huge on both of us. Okay.
I was half expecting
Named
it to be.
after Jerry Seinfeld, since you said that was the biggest show of the time.
All right.
Sure.
Jerry is.
Perfect.
Elaine hasn't been the same since.
What's the deal with seeds?
Okay,
I'm sorry.
now the bad news.
Okay.
Oh. What forbidden spell does this character know you've been researching? So what's Dave looking up that he's not supposed to? But Robin knows he's messing with it.
It's either it has to be summoning or banishing the rock and roll demon. So I either want to summon it to confront it or learn how to banish it so it'll be gone. Which would be like, is it looking up banishing it, would that be bad or illegal because I'm not high enough?
The summoning it definitely would be a bad thing.
Okay.
It would also be very teenager to think, if I summon it, my friends and I can kill it.
Perfect. Okay.
That to me feels very teenager.
Right. Okay. Knows I'm working on the summoning spell.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. So, NLK, we're going to have you talk about Molly's character.
Okay.
So the good news, the good question. What magical event did the two of you experience that nobody else believes happened? So something magical happened that both Maddie and Robin were there for. And everyone's like, yeah, no, that didn't actually happen.
I think that it was at the roller derby rink. Maddie was practicing, and I was just like crocheting in the stands, just chilling.
As one does.
As one does. And we both felt a surge of magic, and a portal opened up, and we saw ice blue eyes staring from within the portal, a like clawed hand started coming out of the portal, and then the portal closed and it retracted its hand before the portal closed at the roller derby rink.
Yes. That's incredible. It's like, did you just see that?
I was like, what's that?
Also, I totally have a crocheted gym bag. I just
You
wanna,
totally do.
I just want to put
Everybody
that
has
out
a
there.
crocheted something.
Yeah.
Dave has a crocheted satchel. Oh, do you want a hat? I mean, you can choose. Everybody can choose an accessory.
Satchel is amazing. You know
Satchel
me.
works.
I love to have a bag.
I will take the hat.
The hat. It's
Oh,
a
floppy
beret.
ears.
It's you want the
Oh,
floppy
right,
ears or a beret?
Either way. Beret, I'll go for it because
Okay.
you created it, and I will just wear it.
It has like cute little like patches and stuff on it.
Slick. Now the bad news. Robin hurt Maddie years ago. Why can't she apologize?
Oh, I think I had this question last time.
I can roll again.
No, it's okay. They're two completely different characters. I just won't have the same answer because it wouldn't make sense. Slap bands. Oh my gosh.
Pogs.
It would definitely have to be that I hurt her feelings. Because I don't think I'd be able to hurt them. Oh, or what if oh gosh. Okay. So what if Robin was practicing magic and accidentally destroyed Maddie's favorite pair of roller skates?
Or gave her
And
the jelly bones.
No, that's Danny we're worried about.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was what was the actual prompt? Sorry, I forgot the
Why
other
haven't
part
you?
of it.
Why can't you apologize?
Because she doesn't know it was me. They just disappeared. And I'm
They were my
terrified.
lucky blades, too. They were the lucky
What's
blades.
gonna happen?
I've never been the same. It's like when you have a lucky jersey. They were the
Yep.
lucky blades, man.
Yep.
They were high speed
actually-
too.
Well, and maybe okay, so they didn't get destroyed by magic because I feel like that's a little weird. What if she had put them near the trash at the 7-Eleven and Robin accidentally threw them out? And no one realized it until the trash had been taken
First
away.
time in forever, she took them off long enough to go in
Yeah.
and maybe
Yep.
do her business.
Yep.
Like it says
that's
that
why
you were
she never
at-
takes off.
It
her
says that
skates
you
now.
were like at my practice. I assume you go to my practices often. Maybe I like asked you to hold my stuff, and then they got lost somehow, or like thrown away, or something happened, and it was
Mhm.
like they're gone. They're gone
Right.
forever.
But I feel like it needs to be something that like Maddie doesn't know what happened to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Robin just is carrying this guilt with her because she can't own up to this.
Okay. Hang on, let me make a note to myself here.
We want to say destroyed or lost.
Oh, those things are like in a landfill now.
Okay.
I kind of dig the idea of like them getting set down next to the trash area and just kind of getting scooped up, while almost like mental memory, like not mental memory, muscle memory of like, oh, here are things lying around the trash. Scoop, dump, crush, toss. 3 minutes later, hey, where'd my blades go? We can even have the 7-Eleven owner popping his head out just before going, hey, can you get the trash taken care of tonight?
Yeah.
Like the one thing he says in the 48-hour period starts the chain of events. As we've established, he's not exactly the most responsible of adults. Okay, so Molly, some questions about for Matty about Danny.
Okay.
Ooh, this character has seen you at your worst. How did they help you overcome it?
Oh, the first thing that came to my head is so corny and bad.
What?
I was gonna say like my worst is like maybe I was like I don't know, like I say doing bad at sports, but like maybe I like lost like a big game, or like it was really my fault. Like it wasn't like a mishap or something, but because Danny is a film student, she had like all of my best plays and like compiled them together and was like, no, you are the GOAT. Like you are the greatest of all time. And here's why. And like played it. And it was like, I was at my lowest. And you reminded me that I'm the best.
I imagine the scene of Danny going, sit here. And
Yes,
and she rolls in
exactly.
the big TV strapped onto the cart.
Like I went to Danny. I was like, I think it's time to hang up my blades. Like truly, just like like high school shit. Like this is not.
And Danny's just like, well, you know what? Clark Kent never hung up his cape, and so you just need to remind him to eventually hits play after like a 4-minute monologue.
It's like, who's Clark Kent, man?
For a 45-second clip. That works.
Yes.
That works.
But I feel that would be it for sure.
There's a lot of forbidden spell things on this list, and I think we've overrun that. There we go. Oh, so Molly, what spell did Danny cast on Maddie, intentionally or accidentally, that embarrassed her?
Ooh. It was boats.
No boats.
Oh no. I don't know.
That would work.
I mean, yeah, because isn't it like he breaks his arm and then the teacher runs over to fix his arm and he gives him jelly bones?
Yes.
I feel like Maddie's broken many a bone. I think you gave me jelly bones.
It's why I'm afraid of it now. I saw it firsthand.
I didn't know I could do that.
But it was for sure like not my arm. Like it was definitely like a much more crucial bone. Like for sure like a thigh bone or something. Like it was definitely like detrimental.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
Yes,
That totally works. Okay, we'll wrap around over to here, and we'll finish the full circle. and then we'll reset somewhere else. Pond, some questions for you to help define Dave. What about Dave does Danny admire that they don't see in themselves?
The infinite knowledge. I feel like Danny is hyper aware that Dave is like really, really smart, especially with like anything to do with comic books. And like I feel like Dave also is like, oh, like the answer to like this like puzzle on the SNES is like this, and here's all the secret spots, just knows everything. And she's just in complete awe of it. Just like not just like you're a cool like dude, but you're like a god for knowing like the secret tunnel to go down in Super Mario Bros. 3. Just like, whoa.
Cool. The secret tunnel. And when was the last time Danny betrayed him?
Oh.
Well, so they were going to read this manga like together at the same time, and Danny definitely read it first.
You didn't.
And she feels really bad about it. But also she just couldn't wait. It was just too much of a cliffhanger. And so yeah, the moment that Robin got it, she's like, I need it. I need it.
Manga book club betrayal.
That'll do it.
In high school, those things are big.
That is huge. That is huge in high school.
Let's see. So I do this one. Bench your VMAX. Oh, no, that's not cool, man. That's so not cool. Okay. So, NLK. Question about Dave.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Why did Robin spend the summer at Dave's house instead of her own?
Oh, I'm still trying to like, because we have a balance, I think, of like serious and non-serious. I feel probably her mom had a piece of poop boyfriend, and Robin felt like she just couldn't be over there.
She just could.
She got weird vibes and couldn't get rid of him on her own.
That works. Now seems it's a great time to remind the table and those hanging out that as we are all veterans of the table of this particular table, we're all familiar with the Zoom chat calling out a color if you ever need to. Yellows mean, hey, everyone take a pause. Red means, Rob, we need a break. We're going to take one so we can talk about this later. And that the potential for that answer feels like a good reason to say, don't forget, we have those tools. It seems an apropos time to remind everybody that we do have a relatively safe table. At least I try to. So having spent the summer there, what object does Dave have that you want to take from them? And no, you can't say the van.
I know. I was so tempted. Hot triple summer. No. That's where we met Jerry.
Yeah.
That's the whole Jerry saga.
Okay, back up.
Because I don't think a gerbil would make it really past a summer. I don't know how long gerbils live. I never had one.
Is this the summer after that? Like, have we moved back in, or are we still like living in Dave's family's basement at this point? I feel like that's a relevant question to the plot.
Is the evil boyfriend still around? I think is.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I'm trying to think of. I think so. I think that the boyfriend is still around, and Robin doesn't want to be in that house. She doesn't want to be in that situation. So, and her mom doesn't really care, I guess, at this point. And so she knows that Robin is over at Dave's in the basement.
I think I'm going to give Dave's mom status the same as Wallowitz's mom, if that's cool with everybody. We know she's there, but she never comes on screen.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. So the thing to steal.
The thing to steal.
Or to want to take. And in a lot of ways, the van is legit. Now that I've said it, it's like you could put it on there because that does create a neat shtick of like constantly trying to get the keys so you can be the one to drive.
Oh, the limited edition Tamagotchi. But at the same time, I feel like Robin would not. She kills all of her Tamagotchis, and she's still like she may have some PTSD from Jerry, and so she doesn't like want to have another small little thing die on her.
A digital small little thing, no less.
Right. It's the same thing. It's like plants. You can't keep them alive, you know. Oh man, I'm trying to I was so young in the 90s. I'm trying to remember.
How about like he's got like a Star Wars collection or something that if you could just sell that mint Millennium Falcon, you could get your business off the ground.
That's very true. I like that idea. And it's like it's in a glass case because you put it together.
Right.
And this
Right.
the 90s is when people started to figure this out.
Yeah.
Right.
Put down a finger if your parents sold off what is now a collectible at a garage sale because you don't play with that anymore.
Oh no.
You can't go there.
And that,
I've got the object 12-inch Boba Fett. The 12-inch Boba Fett action figure. It's one of
Okay.
the most sought after Star Wars objects ever. So
or is it the 3.5-inch with the working rocket backpack?
ooh.
No, definitely 12 inches.
All right,
Bigger is
yeah, and that
better.
way it's in a case and like you said, a glass thing. It's like, Mom, don't touch the fat, man.
Yeah, and you just have like all this paraphernalia like around it.
Right.
And like she would want it, but I don't think she would ever take it. But that's definitely she looks at it and she's like, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there.
What could I say? He doesn't even play with it.
He doesn't even play with it.
Just wait till there's a garage sale.
Yeah, it's so perfect.
Oh no, that thing's not going to garage sale. Robin knows.
Yeah.
Robin knows she has contacts. She'll have contacts in Japan.
That's awesome. I love it.
So does Robin know a little bit of Japanese, or is that going to be canon of like so that
Oh, it
she
totally
can make
is
these
canon
shady
now.
deals? Okay. So so she has studied Japanese. It's the one class that she never misses because it directly impacts her bottom line. She says arigato. Arigato gozaimashita.
Which does factor in. Remember, this is the static website era too. So like trying to fence this thing online, it's like sending emails to people about it or listservs.
And Maddie's just like, what spell is that?
A foreign one.
Right on.
Oh my god, she probably has like contacts with the Yakuza or something.
I'm
Black market manga.
I'm just gonna keep going down the list. Could this get weird? Okay, so Molly, some questions for Maddie about Robin.
Sure.
2. Nope, we already did that. That's gonna be weird. Okay. I'm gonna ask it, and you can pass
Okay.
because your relationship doesn't sound like the kind of friendship that this would apply to. But I'm gonna let you decide if it does or not. Maddie and Robin have somewhere secret in the school that they go that they think only they know about. Where is it?
In the magic school or the
You call it.
normal school? Or the
You call it.
normal school?
Like I
It
said,
has to be magic,
I don't
right? Because
feel
we
like-
are going to different schools.
Yeah.
You're going to the trade school.
well, she
I'm
does
going to
have
the high
two
school.
classes at the public high school. She does trade school, public school, and then magic school.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Oh.
thought I was just going to trade school.
No, because trade school doesn't offer your algebra or your chemistry or your English classes.
Okay.
It just does.
But
Oh,
I
if you're-
rarely attend those. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
you have to maintain a C average in them if you want to stay in the tech school.
That's true.
You do
And
have.
on the-
Physics degrees.
And on the team.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Yeah.
feel like the coach pulls some stuff for me though, because he's also the AP math teacher. Like,
Yes, the pulling the stuff for you is he gets you tutoring.
ugh. Coach.
By
um,
Dave.
I was,
Yeah.
just going to say that same thing.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, Dave. Dave, help! Can you just do this for me? You're so good at it. Yeah, I don't know.
got it.
It feels like you guys don't have that relationship though, so I kind of
Yeah, I
wanna
just
roll
don't know
again,
where
but-
what we would need a secret room for. Like, we go to practice. That's the empty gym is the
Ah.
secret room.
There we go. There we go. Well, I'm just picking a new question. Why do you feel safest when Robin is around?
Cause I feel like Robin doesn't have like any expectations. Like I feel like they're so far opposites, you know? Like Maddie is so like about performing at the maximum at all times, and Robin is about like chillaxing. That I think that Maddie's like, oh, this is nice. Like I could just eat a cookie for no reason. Like I'm not carving up. I could just like chill out. So it's like getting to be like a teen around Robin feels good.
That tracks. No, that does not apply. Definitely that. I'm not even going to pitch that. Comes up a third time. I'm going to have to. Okay. What's the last thing you that Maddie stole from Robin?
Ooh. Ooh. For sure something from the 7-Eleven. I don't know what it would be though.
Maybe that's the thing. It was inconsequential.
Yeah, maybe it was just something from the 7-Eleven.
My question then is, was it intentional? Like, I'm going to shoplift today? Or was it like just you hang out there so much you don't even think about it anymore? Sometimes you just steal like a pack of Reese's Pieces because you forget to pay.
Yeah, I think it happens a lot. Like I think that Maddie treats the 7-Eleven like her personal pantry and fridge, and like on her run like comes by and is like, gotta carb up, gonna grab an energy drink, and then just like leaves and is like, see you later, Robin, and like has headphones in, and Robin's like, you have to pay. Okay, like
Robin has a tab.
yeah, like it fully
He has
like
a running tab for Maddie.
like it's not something Maddie's hiding. It's just that she's like, yes, like we're good. It just like leaves. It's like, oh, you're such a jokester. Like,
Yeah, after the third time, Robin definitely started keeping. I
Yeah.
think she has tabs for all of her friends
Yeah.
and just like keeps tabs of things. But yeah.
Awesome. That's fun. So, Pond, I'd like to hear what Danny thinks about Maddie. In particular, we just did that one a second ago. We've done that one earlier. What wonderful, unforgettable experience did you and this character have together?
Besides the no bones thing, probably pre no bones, was I imagine because Danny's a little bit of a klutz and she has lots of like books on top of her comic books on top of her manga. And it's just like her backpack is a problem at all times. And I feel like one day she probably packed it so much that like her book bag like ripped or something. And Maddie was just like, oh, I got this. And like was, in the middle of being like, I'm so strong, like picking up all the stuff. And maybe that was like kind of the forming of their friendship originally.
I carry your books now every day.
Hell yeah.
And I also really hate that teacher that you like for no reason.
She's just really cool, like
no, she's not
she's
cool.
so smart. She's not just
cool,
the way
dude.
she talks. Oh, okay.
I want to smash her face.
But it's so pretty.
You can't trust people wear pointy shoes.
Or more to the point, because if she puts one more minus on that essay, it will officially become a D, and then you're off the team. That's the real hatred. You're always one essay away from being off the team.
That is a life of fear.
Dave, we got to do really good this next time because my coach said.
I got you. What was it? The topic?
I don't even know.
Oh, that makes it difficult.
Compare and contrast the relationships of primary characters in Catch-22 and of Mice and Men. Highlighting the importance of a male-male bonded friendship.
Ooh. All right. All right, we got it, George. And, okay, and, yeah.
You're so smart.
Sorry, my brain's scattered tonight. I am going to finish that thought, though. Did I ever mention that I completely spoiled Of Mice and Men for an entire class of 10th graders once? Yeah, I thought they had all finished reading it. Turns out only 5 of them had, because they rotate our books throughout the department, the building. And everyone else had just started it. And I did my standard, well, I'm teaching about proofs. So it's like, if you want to prove that man is basically screwed, you can look at Mice and Men and you can say, look, they shot him at the end. That means he was basically screwed. And all the people go, they shot him? And I'm like, yeah, it's at the end of the book. We're on chapter 3. I'm thinking of a different book, guys.
Sorry, this is super random. Just for clarification,
Shoot.
This is fall 1995, right? You said.
That's
Yes.
what my notes say, to confirm.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
pre-Pokemon. I just need to make that clear.
Yep.
Really?
It is pre-Pokemon. However,
However?
PlayStation releases September 9th. The original PlayStation. So I'm literally looking up games so that like Robin can be like, hey, Danny, so I heard there's this Chrono Trigger coming out. This game seems really interesting. You may be interested.
You have that? What? Oh my! That's
I
not.
can
supposed to
get
happen
it. I
once.
don't have it right now, but I can get it for you.
Instant hype. Just loves it.
That's awesome. By the way, Pond, we do have a question still about Danny and Maddie. What ambition does Maddie have that scares Danny?
I feel like it's definitely something like because Maddie's like always like training nonstop and wants to be like the strongest, right? I think Danny's just genuinely scared she's gonna like really hurt herself like doing that. Like it's gonna be like, just a crazy jump on the ramp or something sometime, and she's always afraid the portals are gonna like. She's tried following the form of them; they don't make sense.
I frequently have concussions.
Yeah. And Danny probably knows exactly how many concussions and is like, okay, all right, nope, don't go to bed. Nope, no. Just
You need to
smack
stay
your
up
face a
tonight.
little
You
bit.
need to
Stay up.
tonight.
All right.
I'm gonna do a quick
we're gonna play
5K
Chrono Trigger.
and run it off. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Can I play video games with Danny? Like, for sure, we play like fighting games, like Mortal Kombat and like
Mortal
Street
Kombat 3,
Fighter.
Tekken 2.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
Tekken 2 is
yes,
good.
Tekken 2. Okay,
Wait, Mortal
Tekken
Kombat
2
was
is
up
our
to
game.
3 at this point?
That's what Wikipedia says, at least.
Wow. Man, I am old. I
Tekken
remember
2
Mortal
for
Kombat
sure.
1. Like being like, it has video captured graphics. And that first time
Yeah,
you
because
pull
the
off,
SNES came out in 1995.
that's
Yep.
fair.
And N64 didn't come out till 97.
We are such glorious nerds. I love all of you. Speaking of, great. We have some questions for Dave about Danny.
Okay.
4. Let's see here. Why did you two cut classes together once?
Oh man. Well, was it to no? Because Robin would still be in school also, so it wouldn't be like we could go get our black market manga from the 7-Eleven.
Do you
Comic
think
book
Robin
convention?
actually wait? Do you think Robin actually goes to classes she's scheduled to work?
Ooh.
I'm only scheduled to work on the weekends.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Comic-Con had to be like an opening day of a Comic-Con. Yeah. So we had to get in the van and cut class to get to the Comic-Con so like at opening kind of thing.
She cut film class for this too.
I'm documenting it. I'm gonna do a whole
There it
project about
is.
it. It's so good. I have like a camera taped like in rocket power, like taped to the top of my head and one in my hand.
Nice.
Taped to my beret.
Just
All
carry
right.
this boom mic everywhere we go. Technically, it makes it a school project.
Don't worry, I have a note.
And Dave would just be like, okay. Just carry the boom mic all day. All right.
So, just with that, then, so you could have gone to Dallas, Texas, Pennsylvania, Anaheim, California, Atlanta, Georgia, or East Brunswick, New Jersey.
Having Springfields all over the country, it could have been any one of those.
Exactly. Okay, so
My head went straight to New Jersey for some
I'm
reason
not gonna
because
lie,
it just
mine
sounds
too.
horrible.
Okay. All right.
because where else do you put an arcane college? In New
New
Jersey.
Jersey. Okay. All right.
Shadow raises a good
Jersey.
point. I don't know if you were here earlier. We have established that despite them being static web pages, Robin has found a black market for manga to get into the United States. She's
I'm a
emailed
witch.
people.
There was some magic, like, in there. I have found this out.
And Robin and Danny know each other from Japanese class because Danny takes it strictly so she can read the manga.
I remember being so confused by those books when I was in high school. They go backwards. How do you?
I loved it. It makes more sense to me for some reason. I don't know why.
You know,
It flips easier. Like you,
It
when
does.
you have a book open, the tension is here, and you just let go, and it flips easier.
And you don't have to break the spine to do it.
Yeah.
all right.
All of my manga books are pretty much like not spine broken.
And remember what? We're all supposed to invest ourselves in our characters. This is normal. Where are we? Gray Pond. What was I? There's what I had. 9. So what is Danny planning that Dave needs to stop them from carrying out?
Maybe a special effect that Dave knows is gonna malfunction. He had a premonition, like it's her magnum opus to one of her short films, and Dave knows that it's gonna go badly. It's just gonna be like somebody's gonna get hurt or something's gonna happen that's horrible, and and Danny has done the math enough or whatever that she's like, no, it's completely safe, and it's just this one time that it's so important to her that she's overlooking that Dave knows things.
Okay, so we've had a lot of good character building right now. I'm going to actually speed this along. We're just going to knock out some don't know questions because we haven't done any of those yet as we round out the group. Because I do feel like this is like, we've had some good stuff come up tonight for these characters. And I feel like there's a lot for you to build off of with each other. I have been taking some notes as we go along, but very, very brief ones because I think you guys are doing a great job. I may make sure I remember which way these are going. NLK, we have another question about Danny.
Okay.
Question is, what terrible loss did she suffer?
I feel like we should move. It shouldn't all be revolve around like anime and manga and stuff, but I feel like she lost a limited edition Yu Yu Hakusho figurine. Like, or she didn't lose it, it snapped in half.
Fair.
Deep loss.
Let's see. We have
Not the limited edition Kuwabara with the white jacket. The white jacket.
It was
from
definitely
the
the one with the white jacket.
That stings.
That was like
stings.
4 months worth of lunch.
Oh, Kuwabara.
Graybeard, we have a question for you, Dave, about Maddie. What bad thing have you heard about her that you can't believe is true?
Oh. That I can't believe is true.
Which means it might not be, but you've heard it.
Right. Oh. It's the 90s. She's juicing. Like total steroids.
That was totally what I was
I thought it too, and I'm like,
yeah.
Are we doing this? We're doing this.
These are all natural, baby.
No, that's not what we all heard. Which actually fits. That's very on track for the time period. Pond. But what scandal is Robin involved in?
Well, besides the dark manga ring, we'll go. Yeah, we'll step away from that very briefly. I feel like someone must be thinking that she is still like getting her grades up somehow, like enough to pass, despite somehow very rarely being in class or like not really paying attention. So. Oh wait, is scandal meaning that's actually like a thing? Hold on, I was thinking rumors.
No, it could be a rumor. Lots of scandals
Rumors
were
are
just
scandals.
rumors. Yeah. Just the idea that there's some hanky-panky going on that's helping her keep her grades up.
Yeah, like maybe like part of like the money she's making from the 7-Eleven is like paying off her grades or something like that.
Yeah, because this would be before the most recent Supreme Court ruling that did affirm that money is speech.
Yeah.
I've been encouraging my students and their parents to speak to me very clearly about grades. I'm not sure it's going to work out, but
regardless of like the truth behind that, that's probably something I feel like Danny's heard go around.
that's fair. Bad, but fair. And then our last question before we take our break, Molly, what wonderful thing did Dave do that the whole school was talking about for a while?
Oh, what wonderful thing did Dave do? Oh no. Help. I feel like it has something to do with like your visions of something. Like I want to use like your oracleness
Right.
to like have somehow helped the school in some way.
The basketball team helped win like the big rival basketball. I don't know. That's just when I think of high school and like what's the full like school-wide thing, that's where my mind goes. But maybe something a little more consequential.
Yeah, I was thinking like something that was that like
And what was the entire question?
Something.
wait. Does it help the school or just the students?
It's something that everyone was talking about. It was something really
Okay,
cool that for a
you
while.
know how like every year there's a skip day and all the students go to one place and like party, like you have a barbecue, like we went to Flint River, like like you just have like a big thing. Like I feel like somehow the principal found out where everyone was skipping to and Dave saw all of us getting busted and he was like, no guys, we're gonna go here now because otherwise we're getting busted. And ever since then it's been like Dave.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
For
we have
sure.
that total montage of like
Yeah.
everybody partying, and then the
Yeah.
police cars coming,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
pull up, and there's nothing.
There's
And
nothing
meanwhile,
there.
we're somewhere else, and
There's like one
the
overturned little grill, and that's it. It's just empty.
The official code to it starts like, Dave, you got a good feeling about this?
Yeah, for sure.
Because that was what he said. That was the guys. I got a bad feeling about this.
feeling
Yeah,
about this. Perfect.
And then
That's
Maddie
no
got up
move.
on the van and was like, "Everyone, move out!" Like,
The fact that she was able to
matter. Yeah.
stand on the van while wearing her rollerblades just speaks to the level of athleticism that goes there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we are at 2 hours. We do need to take a break. We're going to come back and finish laying these foundations so you guys can tell a really fun story. We'll see everybody back here in 5. Hang out, enjoy some clips from the channel. As you seem to be doing really well with it.
Ooh, nat 20s to
Oh
25.
my god.
Jeez.
Nice. Scattered it.
Wow. Well, you can roll your damage. I don't.
25. Because I got 3 6s.
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness.
She just hulked out. Rage hard.
Yeah, I think you should rage all the time. I think you
I
should
like this
never
rage,
not.
yeah.
Never
This
not be
is
raging.
it. Well, I
There's
only
where
get
all our
2.
good rolls were hiding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why they were so bad earlier. We were saving up. But... Stop hitting my friends.
Oop, wrong
You're
way.
damaged books with that kind of attitude.
Well played. Wow.
Special and like not forced or anything. It's brilliant. I think the quote I have in particular is actually came from chat, which was the spell slide into DMs, which then became a spell. That's just it's very endearing. So I love it.
I'm going to follow it up by saying that the reaction to receiving a message spell was an absolute, just as far as role play goes.
I feel like we should not be meddling anyway. If there's someone killing someone else, it might be for a good reason. You don't know.
Oh my.
That got dark. Wow.
We have killed lots of people.
For various and sometimes no good reason. Yeah, she's not wrong. Oh, good lord, we're murder
I'm not
hobos.
one to judge, okay?
Am I to conclude the party is going to enter into the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Common, mother clucker. Do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
Having taken a holy order of some kind and other oaths.
I'm thinking like an elven, like really.
That makes
Kung Fu Elfin Monk?
Kung Fu Elfin Monk.
Yes, that meditates a lot.
I can live with that.
Because elves don't have to sleep as much, so totally right.
You're swinging again.
Oh man,
Wow,
this
this
guy.
guy's tough.
What's up with this guy?
What?
What? This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. All right, we're going. Let's go.
Okay.
And followed by the smite. Come on, Timber. We got this.
I mean, if he doesn't go down now, I don't know.
And
but
he finally drops.
Yes.
And is out of the scrap. Gets to the guy in the.
Oh no, that whole love interest thing. That's right. Oh, I forgot. I almost killed him.
Punch the. No, I know that's a bad idea.
There is so much nope surrounding this trap. I am not here for an amulet. I am here for a traumatized rogue. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 2.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about the amulet. I just thought that.
He goes in, he does a few loops, he comes back out, and beep.
Okay. Beep once if there's dead bodies in there. Beep twice. No, that doesn't work. All right, beep twice. No, that doesn't work. Okay, beep. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up. Like, see if I can sneak up and find a widow to kind of like. It's not really the sharpest tack in this box.
Maybe re-roll.
Yeah, re-roll it. Re-roll it. The birds are
Yeah.
important.
Everyone's
we
in on
screwed
the
these-
reroll.
I screwed these birds up earlier. We need
Come
a
on.
high roll.
We got this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh no. Oh my.
So
Every time! I'm the bard who
Amazing.
does not want to be I'm really bad at being a bard.
That is amazing.
Worst bard ever.
Yikes.
The good news is, after this adventure, you can start taking levels of anything else.
Anything else? What the hell? Okay.
Do we have playbills nearby?
Sure.
Playbills are made of paper, right? And that's
yeah.
made of wood. Can I use shillelagh with a playbill? Because it's technically made of the same stuff I would need, right?
What pulp?
I'll allow it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we assume this guy is bad.
Oh, he's super bad.
Well, you know.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Good.
I mean, he keeps
I
on trying
have-
to. He's a dick. He keeps on trying to coerce Irina into coming up to his castle and fucking die, become a vampire lady, and she's not into it.
Well, I mean, okay.
Way.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Like, do we think it's going to follow us?
Yeah. Can
I'm
we
sure it will.
outrun it? Yeah, I was gonna say, can we outrun it, or is it like something that's just gonna follow us no matter where we go?
I don't think we can outrun it. I mean, it's not going to come any closer for a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna have to fight
Well,
it.
we
out.
could take shelter in the smoldering ruins, right? Because
I don't know if that's gonna help.
We
it's probably
don't know what's in the smoldering ruins.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than this.
We could
Oh,
come
yes,
across-
it could.
We could come across like another giant creature, and then we're fighting two at the same time. And then
But
it's
it
terrible.
could be like Godzilla versus King Kong. So if we run into something even nastier, maybe it won't want to eat us. It'll go after the other thing because they're legends and they have to fight. That's how that works.
No, or they team up against us.
You've had a very fortunate life, haven't you?
Go ahead. Okay. And we're back. I wasn't going to interrupt that clip because that one's too fun. So, let's see. We have a gang that hangs out on the weekends at 7-Eleven. We have lots going on we have a very active early day. We have lots of trauma. Some teachers we like. We have really not to find anybody at the Beaker's Arcane Academy. So I don't know if that means we're not going to spend a lot of time there, or if that's just harder to brainstorm on the fly. But I can live with it. So our story is going to start on an otherwise typical, uneventful Thursday afternoon. Before we do that, there's one thing I do want to add in as relates to magic. I mentioned this in the Discord, and this is something I'm stealing from another magic-based role-playing game, which is the idea of paradox. In order to kind of create some tension with the magic world and the real world, you can do whatever you are allowed to do whatever magic you want whenever you want. There is no underage limit on magic use. However, you have been extensively cautioned by teachers to be very careful as you're learning it, because the more you bend reality, and people who don't know reality can be bent see it, the more reality bends back. Up to and including the full manifestation of paradox demons that exist solely to ensure you never bend reality again. So you can shoot the moon if you want to when it comes to magic. Just kind of be aware that you have been heavily cautioned against doing anything too overt around people who would stop and go, cars don't do that, because that's where you get hit. As far as mechanics go, there's not a lot more to say that we haven't gleaned from our process so far. When you need to do something, you say, I want to do something with this skill to get this effect. And then, generally speaking, I'll assign a number, but I can tell you offhand, the difficulty numbers range from 1 to 20 or higher, 10 being, according to the book, a 10 is a task where success is impressive, but expected for those skilled at it. So for Maddie to go off of a ramp and successfully jump over something on her rollerblades would be somewhere between a 10 and a 12. She's expected to do this. She is trained heavily at it. Any of the rest of y'all to do that, that would be impressive. And then that kind of judges from there. So 3 to 6.
What's the magic die? Is that a D4 or?
Yes. If you're casting a spell, you also add a D4. I think the magic button on the character sheet, if you want to use digital dice, and I don't care either way. I just kind of feel like math rocks are more fun because we don't roll a lot of dice in this game, is actually the +1 from your wand. Because whatever attributes you picked with your wand, those two have a magic button on them. And I did some testing. That seems to be what that does. If you click on the magic button, you actually get it has a potential to have a +1 to it. Because I once was able to push it, but it does not include that D4. Or if it does, you never want to use the magic button because that magic button rolls for crap. Which is entirely possible. But yeah, all skills come to you. Roll your attribute, and then you might add something if there's something to add based on other things on your sheet. Every adversity token can give you another +1 or 2 in some cases. And you can also use them for rerolls. I think that covers like the background and the backstory. Are there other thoughts before we delve into the actual story proper? So on this relatively quiet, typical Thursday, we're going to say the four of you are gaggling together to probably head off to the academy of all places. Wait, why did I type that? Shoot. These are moments where I wish I took better notes while you guys were talking. Oh, well. You will have had to have stopped at the, so the Beaker Seekers is a B.
Or like a hornet, you know, like what a mean looking hornet thing.
Checking my notes. Did we ever?
You're about to get stung.
Did we ever give Springfield a mascot?
No.
But-
They're like,
Okay. Nope.
The-
Nope.
All right.
I got this one.
All right.
They're the Oaks.
All right.
Sturdy, strong, never wavering.
Perfectly bland. Yes. It's
Right.
That's
Dude, I went to high school and our mascot was the Maples.
oh,
syrupy. You're sticky, dude. That ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my personal contribution of teenage trauma to the story so far. The Oaks. You'll have collected Robin from Mr. Maple's room. Literally having to pry her off the computer. So you quickly hit the send button to send the email off. And hopefully everything comes through okay. And start to head out towards the... you're going to have to take the car today to get to the actual doorway to the Magical Academy for the evening. As you're walking down the hall, you notice that there's an entire shelf of the trophy cabinet is just empty.
Whoa.
It's completely, most of the cabinet's filled, but there's just one shelf that's just gone.
So y'all seeing that? Like emptiness?
Were any of my trophies in there?
No, there are no, well, there are some trophies from the Derby team. But you can't put your finger on it. Something feels wrong about that.
I mean, they aren't just cleaning them?
No, dude. The Miss Derby Darlings trophy from 1968. I come here every day to pray to it for good luck on the Derby match. Like, it's never gone. And the only person with a key is, like, do I know who has the key? Like, Coach, right? Who has the key to this thing? Janitors?
Oh, the
perhaps?
coach would have it.
Okay.
And as you think about this, there's a second where you start to think, no, you pray to the trophy from 73.
And it's not there?
Oh, that one's there.
My brain hurts. The trophy's there, but like there's this weird space now.
Yeah, like a whole shelf of emptiness, and that ain't cool.
And as the four of you take time, you're trying to remember what was on the shelf, and nothing's coming to mind. You've walked past this thing daily for 2 years. And between the four of you, none of you can remember what was on this shelf.
Dave, can you do like your thinking at this? What's going on?
It's like reality's not real. It's uncool, man. So
Really?
like is there a way to either magic and or try to remember?
You can always make a brains check,
Right.
or you can try to magic some. I mean, if you're going to try to magic, how do you intend to try to magic?
I will brains it first because we're in Mundaneville here, and I hope that it's just something else happening. Oh, so yeah, nope, that's a 2.
I forgot to ask, did we start with any adversity tokens or we 2? Okay, got it.
But,
yeah.
Except in Dave's case.
Yeah, 3 now.
Yes, I do indeed.
You got 3 now.
Crank that up. Yeah. Oh, a 2. No, so it must be something. Somebody's cleaning or some. Nope, got nothing.
And you have some more time to ponder this, but you do have class to get to.
Is the door to like where like what would normally be locked behind the case? Is that like open? Danny goes to like jiggle it.
Lock solid.
That seems very sturdy. Maybe was it always like this?
I mean, I feel like I've looked at this case a lot. Does it seem like there's an extra shelf to me or no?
At this point, I would say that it would seem weird that a cabinet that's so full of memories would have a full empty shelf in it. But again, for the life of you, you can't think of what was on the shelf.
I'm gonna talk to Coach about this.
Probably tomorrow, because again, you got to get
Yeah, it's very uncool that I can't remember. That's not.
Actually, I'm gonna do it now. I don't need to go to this class.
This is magic class, right?
Yeah, you got like 10 minutes, and 8 of them have to be driving.
I thought this was just a class at this school. Okay.
No, you're all gaggled up for the carpool.
Right. Okay.
Today's door is over at the back entrance to the hospital.
Okay.
Like I said, 8-minute travel time.
We gotta go, Maddie. You can ask the coach later,
Yeah,
right?
I'll ask later. It's not important. Stupid shelf.
Maybe they're just making room for all your trophies.
Again, like
Yeah.
just cleaning them.
They got to. We're gonna win the championship this year. It's gonna happen. Been practicing really hard.
Dave, have you seen them winning the championship yet?
Don't tell me that, dude. I don't want to know.
Dave was just like about to open his mouth.
I don't want to know, man.
So, and then Dave is doing like mental math of the number of shelves and the number of things, kind of like being OCD, about the number of trophies and things. And he's trying to remember how many there were,
She's just gonna grab Dave's shoulder and just start walking him away towards the van.
All right. Yeah, we I guess let's roll. We flipping the keys around. And so
She'll catch them as like they fly up in the air.
Hey, you don't get to drive, like, so it's
I'm not trying to drive. I'm just trying to get you to go where we need to go, man.
We plenty of time. It's cute.
Do you need
We got 8 minutes.
I'll drive.
It rattles and rumbles to life. And
As you make your way out to the parking lot, you are almost positive that Miss Blaze is staring at you through the front windows of the office as you go out to the parking lot. She just kind of adjusts her glasses, watches the 4 of you walk, and shakes her head.
Danny's gonna elbow whoever's close to him. She's looking at me. See, I told you. That mixtape.
Robin's gonna turn around with her. I'm assuming she's wearing like a jean jacket. like with
yeah.
a crochet top underneath it. She's gonna kind of open her arms and just kind of blow her a kiss, and then as they get in the van.
Yeah, I think Maddie's standing behind Danny, and she's like at the window as they're going by, just like
so aggressive.
holding Danny's book bag and hers.
Still giving her the stink eye as
Yeah.
Danny swoons. You slide the van door closed.
Fair enough. You have 2 classes at the Magical Academy, both of which are relatively forgettable experiences. Lots of point the wand, make the thing do the thing. Some effort. There's the second half is on some kind of transmutation, which I will assume Maddie will short circuit by, instead of trying to transfigure her teacup into a tankard, just smashes it into a bunch of pieces and says, "Look, I transfigured it."
Something different. That's what she said to do. You said to make one thing into another thing. Now it's dust.
You can always make something different with a hammer.
Right on.
Yes, this class would be much easier, Miss Oswald, if you would bring your wand to it.
I think I left it in the van.
Muttering something about why did we have to have a sports team? Not every school has to have a sports team. Many schools do just fine with that. Harvard doesn't have sports teams.
Actually, Harvard does have sports teams. Does it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
But you had to think to remember. My point.
Oh, my head hurts.
Next morning, you evening passes relatively uneventfully. Next morning, you get through your morning routines, get up to the school, and as the day starts to unfold, you're heading into your second class at the school, and Danny and Robin will suddenly have a moment of realization as they walk into Japanese. Everyone else has a poster.
Danny, was there a project?
Danny's flipping through her like agenda spiral book, just like frantically. I don't think so. I would have done it on today's Friday, so I would have done it on Monday. No. Is there?
I'm gonna go over to a student and kind of be like, "Hey, well, what's your poster about?"
Let's see. It's the one that we've been assigned for the last month. You were supposed to lay out all the major items in your house, as well as what the translations were, and then provide a sentence on each of its use. Then do an itinerary of a typical evening in the house. And then what you do on your weekends with your family tree.
I don't think I could have done that.
5 projects. Yeah.
Well,
was that Comic-Con day? You said you'd tell me the assignment.
hey, I don't remember. I don't remember a project spanning a month. That seems excessive.
Has school even been in session for a month? It's fall.
Yeah, assigned
Early
first day.
fall? What?
It was assigned the first day. This is Japanese too.
Oh, okay.
I swear I would have told you if I knew.
No, I believe you. But like now we're gonna fail the class and then we're not gonna graduate. And I mean, I already have like 5-year plan set out. So that's
I mean, I doubt that you're gonna fail the class with one project not being done. Maybe we just go talk to the teacher. Say, like I was sick, you were sick, we were sick together, like your uncle died. I don't like just
my uncle died. Oh yes,
no,
my uncle.
no.
Died. My uncle.
I don't know. Just think of something. Just think
Okay.
of something as to, So let's just ask, and maybe, I mean, we could totally throw together this thing in like a night.
Yeah. Okay. We can cover. Yeah, it's good.
Totally can.
Yeah.
So go over to the teacher.
He looks up at you. Are you volunteering to go first?
No. We don't have a name for this one.
We don't. He needs a name. Quick, quick,
Sensei,
Greybeard, give me a name.
Sensei Mark.
He has a name.
First thing that came to
There
mind.
it is. There it is.
Sensei.
I guess we would just call him Sensei
You would.
in class.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. Oh man, that's what I thought too.
I feel like this is a little. Maybe we should change up just a pinch. Maybe it's like Mark's. So it's his family name, because otherwise this feels a little too much like Senior Chang vibes are coming off of this from Community.
And what's his last name though?
Oh.
I mean,
True. It's a good trope. We'll stick with it.
All right.
Sensei Mark. Is there
Sensei.
something you're volunteering to go first? Obviously.
No, Sensei. There's a little bit of a problem. I don't have my I was not able to finish my project. I had a little bit of an issue with getting everything completed, so I was wondering if maybe you could just do like a little bit of an extension. We're not going to be able to finish all these during today anyway, and so I promise that I'll have it done. It's just that I don't have it today. But there's no way that like we're going to get through everybody today.
Oh no! It's a very short review today. It's just a 1-minute overview. Your full presentation's on Monday. I want time to grade the posters before you present. You're not telling me.
Why would you want to? Okay, Sensei. What if I just drew on a piece of paper and then it gives you the basic outline of the poster, and then for the actual presentation, which I feel like should be the final thing, it's like a rough draft. It's like a Danny, what is like a rough draft? Like a blueprint or something.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks
we
at Danny.
have it.
Are you telling me you forgot to do the project?
No. See,
No.
we were doing the project together. We were doing it together because Robin is really good at the computers and I was really interested in learning that. And so we were at my uncle's house and he died, so we actually couldn't print the poster.
It's all true, sir. It's all true,
My
Sensei.
uncle, I need Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Jerry.
I need the waterworks to come on.
So are we? Did the waterworks trigger off? I mean, do we have the? Okay, do we have the waterworks or do we have the anime sprinklers?
Oh no, we're definitely. Oh well, I don't know if I should say that. We have the trying to cry, but without tears. So just the Amber Heard face. Sorry.
Oh, we went there.
My uncle stepped on a bee.
Oh, Although it would be real tears remembering Jerry the gerbil. So, Uncle Jerry, Jerry the gerbil.
Which one of you is going to roll this?
What? I'll roll charisma. I'll do it.
This would be. It feels like this is a charm. You are
Oh
trying.
yeah, charm. Sorry,
Charm?
not charisma.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that is so it's a D20, and but I'm not doing a spell, so it's
Right.
just a D20.
Just a D20.
Ooh, that's a 7.
That's a 7.
Is there no advantage in this game for helping bring
You can
Jerry?
spend it. You can burn adversity tokens to help. And I think, it's been a while. It's been a minute. I think it's a 2 for 1 if you're helping. He said, trying to remember the specifics of that. So it'd be nice if the rulebook is really not great at this. But you definitely can spend them. You can also spend them to re-roll.
That's true. I wouldn't have any. Okay, so questions though. So
Or you can.
with my easygoing strength, but I have to take the fail then,
You gotta
right?
fail. Yep. And then you get 2. It is early in the game.
I'll fail. I'll
Take the
fail.
We'll take the fail.
Yeah. I'll take the fail and I'll get the 2 adversity tokens.
All right. Grab the 2. Sensei looks at both of you. I just don't know what to make of this. You forgot to do the project? Then you came up here with a sob story?
Jerry was wonderful.
I'm so terribly disappointed in you, Danny.
Oh no. Danny just starts getting a little teary-eyed. Minus, the uncle.
I don't. And then there's a knock at the door. There's a freshman wearing an apron standing there. It has the oak tree on it, in that kind of like that. It's peeling because the imprint is so faded and cracked. I have a pass from Mr. Maple. It's for Danny, Cooper, and Robin. I'm not sure I can pronounce this.
That's me.
Yep, we gotta go.
That's us.
Bye, Sensei Mark.
So sorry, Sensei. Bye.
And you follow her down. The home ec room is alight with activity, and mostly the smell of something just on the cusp of burning.
Don't you just love that smell?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, I love it. It's like plastic and burning and like gasoline. It's great.
Baking soda
That's
and
why you work
powder
at
are like the
7-Eleven.
same thing, right?
Are you here with us, or is it just?
I'm in home ec for sure. Like,
It's sure. Like,
I was just being silly.
The
I was
teacher
just
goes,
being silly.
"No, you can't be. Your electives are already over at the Polytech school." But I'm like,
All right.
I'll allow it. No, better yet, you are. Absolutely, you are. You're not actually in home ec. You're cutting math. But they're supposed to be making crepes.
I was gonna say they're making brownies and like it's just wafted there with the smell of
No.
slightly burnt brownie.
They're supposed to be making
yeah.
crepes, and it's like, well, obviously you want to get in on that.
For sure. It's carb day. I'm
I
going on a run tomorrow. I really need to, like,
I do have a question.
I have an
Does
answer.
Maddie have an apron on?
hell yeah.
It's like too small.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't tie, so it's just over my neck. Yeah.
I am gonna lean over to the kid that came in, and I was like, "Hey, did Mr. Maples actually give you a hall pass for us?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right after class started, he said I should run this up to the Japanese room.
I'm gonna like smack him on the back. Thanks, kid. You just saved our butts.
Okay. Can I get back to my project now?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay.
Bye.
And as he shuffles off to get back to his project, Mr. Maples comes around after, with kind of wiping his eyes, having walked past the cloud of smoke that's being sucked up into those overhead things over each of the stove stations. As he turns it on. Okay, well that was an experiment. Oh, Robin, Danny, good. You're okay.
Hey, Mr. Maples, what's up?
I know that project is due today, and I noticed you guys coming in. Like, I didn't see you with the one this morning, and Danny, when you got here last hour, I didn't see you had one either, and I was worried maybe perhaps you two forgot about the project in Japanese everyone's been talking about.
I don't remember a project at all.
I would have, if everyone was talking about it, I would have known about it. This is a prank.
Danny definitely would have. I mean, whatever. But like, Danny would have told me.
Am I sleeping? Is this a nightmare?
Give me a brains check if you'd be so kind.
Brains.
You're good at that, right?
No, I got a 1.
Take an adversity token.
I get 2 because I'm easygoing.
Easygoing. As you open up your planner again and look at it, you don't see where you would have ran it down. It's not there. With that open, I will also let either NLK or Maddie make an attempt to make sense of that, if they want to make their own brains checks.
Oh, for sure I'm rolling brains.
I will roll. Why not? Got a
Heck yeah.
D4. Let's do it. Can we both do?
I have a D6 to brains.
Now,
What do you know?
this is also a good time to mention that if you roll max on a roll, you re-roll that die and add it. There is no limit to how many times you can do that. Uh-oh. Take your adversity token.
Got a 2.
Wow.
I only had a D4.
You had a 25% chance of rolling a max.
True. That's fair.
I mean, mine fit my character, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
Mine
just
did
dial-up
too.
tone in there.
This was looking at the planner.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Danny, like I don't understand. Why wouldn't you write this down?
Mr. Maples leans over and looks at
You're muted. Sorry, you're muted.
No, it's okay. I realized that. But Mr. Maples is talking. It's okay.
No, he's not. He's going to let you go.
Oh, I was just going to say, I usually write them down because otherwise I would forget. And I'm convinced.
Normally I get it off of you. Like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we usually do our homework together.
Right.
At 7-Eleven. So.
Yeah, Mr. Maple. So who was talking about this project? Did they just start talking about it today or yesterday?
Oh, students have been talking about it off and on for a while. I kind of thought you two had been talking about it.
No, I would remember if we were talking about a project where we had to like categorize everything in our house.
Yeah,
And
that seems.
It's
just
excessive.
A meta question, real quick. Have we been in school for a month?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's not that mind bendy weird.
No, it's not that mind bendy weird. You do have a chance now to gaggle up after school as you're making again that walk.
Wait,
To bring Dave into the loop.
I for sure feel like I've seen my coach at least in the day. Can I have talked to them about the trophy case?
Sure. We'll jump to that next. Cutscene.
Oh.
Foomp. To the coach.
Just before, since it's the next day, like, I just definitely would have asked about
Oh,
the
yeah.
trophy case.
He has no idea what you're talking about.
It's like a whole empty row, dude.
Show me. And you guys head over there. This is about the time that Dave's going to be meeting up with you because, again, you got to get across town for your community service.
Yeah.
And he looks in the cabinet and goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure that shelf's always been empty.
Dude, no way. Like, you know me. I'm like, it's like religious. Like, I have got to go pray to this thing before every game. I give my props to all the, like, legends, you know. There's never been an empty row, dude.
Well, then what was on it then?
It just is a new shelf. Like, you building shelves? It's for me?
Well, if it's empty now. If it wasn't empty, what was on it?
There's nothing. It's like a new space, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a new shelf.
Well, obviously they put a new shelf in here because I couldn't tell you what was on it. You can't tell me what was on it.
Like, who else is like, how do you do that? How do you make space where there's no space?
Move one down, move one up.
Wow, my brain hurts. Okay, what are you going to put there?
Trophies. Why don't you win one for us? There you go. See,
I'm just gonna deep down existential crisis that.
This is obviously for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's for me. That's no pressure at all for a teenager. I can do that.
This isn't pressure.
No,
This
like
is
you
the
said,
calling.
Anxiety is tribal, and it's like
Exactly.
good for you. It's good to have anxiety about things.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna do a lot of squats and then
Exactly. Channel
drink
that.
a protein shake. Yeah, I'm gonna channel it. Channel this. Yeah.
Channel that like you flip the third integral and run it through a U formula.
Whatever you just said. Yeah. I'm gonna run 3 times around the parking lot and then get in the van and be really quiet.
And Dave is chuckling at the math joke, and
because he does that from time to time.
So Dave is now cataloging what is there.
Okay.
And like the trophies to see if there's like missing dates and stuff. You know, he's like, 63, 63, 63, 64. And then is there like a time gap in trophies?
Interesting.
So,
roll me a brains check.
All right. Dice have not been with this crew this evening.
It has not. They have not been.
Can I give advantage or an adversity token because I can definitely recite every champion going back?
You can spend adversity tokens to help him.
Okay.
Just tell me how many you want to add to his roll.
1.
You need 1?
So how many are you adding?
No.
I was gonna say you roll first. And then I'll see
is that
if
how
I can
is
even
that how
help.
it works?
No.
Okay.
You add them in.
Then I'll do 1. I'll do 1.
All right.
I'll do 1.
And then so that's just a +1?
Yep.
All right. Ugh. All right.
that didn't sound good.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. 5 + 1, 6. And that's I'm not doing magic. And I'm not trained in that. So yeah. So 6.
6. I think you've had enough time to fiddle with this. I'm going to give it to you at 6.
All right.
Wait. Polymorph has called for a reroll.
Boom.
Take another shot.
All right, Polly.
With the adversity token.
All right. That's better because that's 19 + 1, 20.
It appears that your school has never had varsity soccer.
All right. But there's soccer trophies there?
No, there's no soccer trophies in there.
But I know that we've had soccer trophies. Like I'm listing off the championships, right?
Except you never mentioned soccer. But the more you think about it, there's a part of you that goes, how does a school with 1,000 students not have a soccer team?
So even I'm not remembering?
No, it's like, yeah, you're like, well, yeah, because we've got football, softball, we've got boys basketball, girls soccer, water polo, we've got gymnastics, we've got equestrian. And you're like, wait a minute.
Dude, how's there no soccer?
So that's probably the soccer shelf. And soccer doesn't exist. Does soccer exist? Is soccer now not a thing? And I just pull someone who's like randomly walking by, and I'll just like totally Dave say that, like, hey, does soccer exist?
Yeah, there's a team practice next week.
Team practice next week. Thanks.
Yeah, they pause. It's a new team this year.
Huh? I'm not on the team?
They won't let you wear your skates in soccer.
You have some.
And then we just have that long drawn out.
Like,
You have some time to process this and realize, crap, you got to get to class.
yeah.
So, metagame, what we're taking away from that is soccer. The soccer trophies are missing.
If there ever was a boys soccer team, A, it has no trophies. B, you have no recollection of it being part of the school history.
Are there girls' soccer trophies?
Yes.
So it's only the boys.
The goodnight hug.
So it's only boys' soccer that's missing.
Yep. In particular, your collective memories of it.
So the girl soccer trophies are there still?
Oh yeah.
What years are they there?
Going all the way back to the 60s.
So any soccer trophy for boys is missing.
Yeah.
That's not helpful. Thought we could like pinpoint a year. Never mind.
So like all the soccer trophies.
It's like all the memories of boys soccer have been wiped out.
I mean, it's just the boys team.
It's still kind of heavy. Like there's a physical manifestation of that wipeout cleared the shelf, but yet do the boys still exist? Who was on that team?
Oh, dude,
Let's
what
check
if all the
yearbooks.
teams start disappearing? What if I disappear?
That's not cool. Let's check yearbooks. And
Yeah.
we go and look at yearbooks because there's got to be one in the library. And is the boys soccer missing on the pages, or
So-
is it just not there at all?
The four of you book it down to the media center.
Yeah.
Is anyone else contributing something different? Or are we all kind of trooping together? I don't want anyone to feel they're being yanked along.
Oh, I didn't know that we were there. I thought Danny and I were at the van waiting to go to class. I didn't know we were there.
I also thought that.
That's why I
Okay.
haven't said anything.
So about
Yeah,
now-ish, you'll come walking back in going, dude, are you coming? And you watch as Dave and Maddie go booking it down towards the library, which is not the direction of the parking lot.
And when has Maddie ever booked it to a library?
They must be very wrong.
They didn't page me about this. Okay, must be urgent. He has a pager for real.
Mm-hmm.
She's so proud of it.
You have to go to the phone by the office to call you to tell you that we're actually going to the library. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you probably have a code for it.
No.
Yeah.
Library stat. Okay. To the
Pull
library.
open the yearbooks, and you start to flip through it. And the first yearbook you pull out, you start flipping the pages. When you flip into the sports sections, you start to turn through and you see where there's the girls' soccer. You flip the page and it's just plain white blank on the next page.
Whoa. Check it. Neat. Holds the book to Maddie.
Dude, it's like really messing with my brain right now.
Okay, you're muted.
What is going on right now?
Soccer's missing. You just like hold the book up.
Is that a bad
Soccer's
thing?
gone. What if the people are gone? What if it comes for Derby next? Uh-oh. Is the name of this story.
So who were the soccer dudes?
Can I list them? I feel like I would know I would know the name
You
of every
rattle off
athlete in
everyone
town.
on this year's
Okay.
team.
And I'll
This
I'll start,
year's.
Yep.
and I'll start flipping through yearbook to see if they exist.
Can I name? I feel like I can name previous champions at least.
You know, you think you would, but you can't remember the school having a soccer team for the boys before this year.
But the people that are on the soccer team now should still be in the book unless the people themselves were also taken away.
That would be in this year's edition.
Right, coming up.
Right,
up.
but like last year they would have been freshmen or
Yeah.
or whatever.
If there
So
had
the
been boys soccer
people-
last year.
Right, but in the yearbook as a whole, as students.
Oh yeah.
at
Oh yeah. No,
all.
they're in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Oh, she
okay.
rattles off this year's team. You can find every
Yeah.
last one of them.
All right.
Oh, except for the guys that are freshmen this year because they're back in 8th grade
Got
last
it.
year. But that makes sense. They exist.
Okay.
In fact, that guy
So-
he keeps copying off of you in AP calculus.
So this dude's like a total cheat. It makes me laugh.
So are we thinking that this is like some magic stuff going on right now? Like,
Like it?
I didn't cast anything. Did y'all cast anything?
Nope.
Because some weird stuff has been going on. There's apparently a project that both Danny and I somehow missed over a month. Danny missed a project. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand for me, but like Danny missed a project. Like something weird is going on.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, that's rough.
Yeah,
I've missed
something is-
every math project this semester.
Well, I mean, you'll never use math in like normal life anyway,
It's
so
true.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah,
I mean,
like
Sure.
don't make me, Rob. I'm sorry.
Also, math is important in sports. You know, it's cool.
I agree.
Yeah,
totally.
something. Yeah.
That's different math. That's like math.
So, hold on. Let's concur. Danny, Trapper Keeper, with your little calendar pages, yearbook, weirdness. Is this thing missing from? Is the project missing from your calendar pages? Like blank spots where it should be, or just like not there in the first place?
So I flipped to the first day of school, which was when it was said it was.
Yep.
The project came out. And I'm sure all my other assignments are on there.
Oh yeah, and they're all neatly lined up with every single class, and there's a perfect void where it should be for your Japanese assignment. In fact, there's even a moment where you think, at this point, without having to roll for it, the only reason that next assignment is where it is if you had left room to write Japanese review project.
Oh,
Something's eating our memories. We need to do something about it.
yeah, that ain't
I'm
cool.
gonna put my wand. I'm gonna the wand up to my. Shh, get out of my memories, dude. And I don't know what role that is, but I'm gonna do it.
She has her wand at
Robin's
normal
just
school, but not at
Get out of my memories,
Wand
dude.
away. It doesn't work. Like no,
No, I
Maddie,
think it does.
no,
That's how it
Maddie,
works.
No. Let's.
What do
we
you
go
cast
talk
for
to-
that?
You tell
I'm
me.
I'm doing a spell.
You
What's
tell
happening?
me.
Grit. You do grit. to
Is it
blast
grit?
your-
Can I do
don't know.
grit?
I'm shouting it out. Like,
Okay.
that's
I'll
what
go with grit.
Okay.
Get out of my head.
I have a +1 to grit.
Okay, so she's
Alright.
casting a grit spell to try to get something out of her head.
7 + 1, it's an 8.
It's not a failure. You have fortified your brain somewhat.
My hat just gets a little tighter.
And that's when the lights in the media center start to flicker. And you realize that you are alone in it in this moment. There's no other students. The media center specialist looks like she must have stepped in the back room. And the lights kind of just flicker on and off, and the whole room starts to get dark.
Oh, fuck.
The yearbook you have in front of you, the pages begin to spin like there's a high wind coming through here until it snaps open. And on the pages, you see quickly scrawled in a very neat but very frantic handwriting, "Save my story." And underneath it appears four numbers and then a set of 3 numbers afterwards.
Okay.
So a 4-digit number followed by 3 2-digit numbers.
Guys, I might be like a really good wizard.
What are they?
I am looking in my
don't
notes.
comment at all. We just let you think that.
No, that's fine. I'm like basking in it, you know? It's like all me right now.
As the blood flow is being constricted by your now tighter hat.
Yeah, just really tight. Guys, like just red.
This is getting slightly purple.
I don't remember what scheme I used for it. So I'm just going to put this. It's G909. And the number underneath it is 34-12-05.
All right. Dyslexia. I wrote a number 6 for the letter G, so please start all over.
G909 or G909. 34-12-05. Correct?
Yep, that's what it says underneath, in a very, very neat but very frantically written, like someone with good. Best way to describe it: someone with good handwriting, writing quickly. Save my story. You have enough time to kind of like imbue in your brain, especially Dave, who's just got this knack for memorizing things, before the page turns into a black void and the yearbook itself is sucked inside of it. And then the void disappears.
All
Bad
right.
void, bad void.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't do that part.
I mean, she could have.
Maybe.
I mean, dude, you don't know what's going on in here.
Is the book in your head
Really
now?
Do I? I don't know. I'm feeling smarter.
By the way, I definitely like had a pen and I wrote that on my arm. It's definitely right here.
The numbers?
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
Okay. So we'll have
So
to see
smart.
what you all do with that next week.
Oh. Okay.
6 more hours.
It's
Wait,
like 4 in the morning. It's all
Handle that.
I just wish.
if we were actual high school kids.
Oh yeah, if you're
Right.
Rascal High School, this would be the point where I'm like, okay, we're taking a break for a 7-Eleven run. You guys are going to supply me with the Jolt and some Twizzlers. and then I'm gonna go from there. Do we have a good cliffhanger for next week?
Oh,
Very much so.
yeah.
Cool.
I think I know what they are too, but
Nah. Yep.
Pitch them out real quick then.
locker numbers.
Yeah. Locker number to locker com.
I had a locker
So
in high
smart.
school. I had the little shelf in my locker that fit in there, so you had 2 tiers.
Ooh.
I know. So you could fit your books with their little like elastic soft covers.
Oh, you're one of those kids.
My mom was one of those moms, and so therefore I was one of those kids.
That's fair. We made ours with brown paper bags.
I went to 4 different high schools, and I had single parents and stuff. I had a duffel bag that I just carried everything in, like to every class. I never went to my locker.
Fair. All
I
right.
really couldn't fit all my books in my I had to use my locker because I was like this.
See, and I was the kid where my art teacher actually wrote me notes that another kid would bring to my math class and be like, Molly's needed somewhere. And I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I gotta go. And I would leave. Yeah.
Wow. So that whole like I'm gonna bail these kids out mini thread was like, I know that
Real
experience.
Real for me. Yeah, I got out a lot of classes that way.
Awesome. All right, we ready to go around the table with our wrap up tonight? Pon, do you want to kick us off? The standard who are you, who were you, and a star moment of the evening?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm that other Pond. You can find me here on Twitch. And I was playing Danny Cooper, the funny klutz, who, although has the easygoing stat, is not super easygoing. I'm realizing getting into character. My star of the night is I really love just coming together with everybody and like starting to make characters and then getting those connections, and then like I think it just makes for a really fun group dynamic, and we all start building off of one another. So I just love that so much.
Solid. Molly, you're up next.
Hi everybody, I'm Barely Molly, or Bear or Molly, whatever you prefer, and I played Maddie Oswald in this, the bullheaded muscle, or the not all together there. But yeah, I don't know. I think character creation with like this Kids on Bikes thing is my favorite. Just like asking each other questions and like figuring out the dynamic is for sure super fun. But like I just don't want to stop playing. Like I want to know what happens. I want to know what's going on. So that's like my star of the moment is like, don't make me stop.
Aw, thanks. Graybeard?
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern, and tonight I was playing Dave Berlinski, and star moment. My goodness, I really like again where we were all just building the 7-Eleven storyline in theory. Okay, Robin works there and we read the comic books there, and she orders stuff just for us, and Maddie does laps, and just as that whole thing built, that was just really it really did like congeal us as a crew, as those kids who would hang out.
Which is so neat because we have, I mean, the 4, if I were to tell you these are the 4 tropes that you are working with on their own, you're like, how did these 4, it's almost like the Scooby Gang. Like, how did these characters end up together? And we have a way they ended up together, which is fun. NLK, do you want to bring us home?
Hello, I am Nightlight Night, or NLK. Tonight I played Robin Bello, who is the charismatic slacker. And the 7-Eleven thing, I think 100% was my star, but just Maddie in general. You made me laugh so much tonight with just what, man? Like, I don't understand. Like, I love it. It just makes me laugh. And so I'm super excited to see where the whole group goes. But yeah, Maddie especially was star tonight. But definitely just like the 7-Eleven, throwing ideas around, letting our creativity build on one another, and really like creating this group and this story that makes sense.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And this is basically the Goonies. Yes. Actually, the Kids in series of books, RPGs, specifically call out the Goonies as one of the inspirations for the game that you're supposed to kind of look at for it. So Stranger Things might be the modern, you can almost say Stranger Things is just a modern take on the Goonies. So that's the way to look at it. My name is Robbie K. Lantern Noir. I got to be the storyteller with this group, which was a lot of fun. It's going to be fun watching them solve the puzzles and work their way through this story, because I think there's a lot of good character happening at the table with it, and I look forward to everything they come up with. And I'm going to take some time this week to put in some short circuits, so we're sure we're done in 2 more sessions, because I don't want to end on a cliffhanger for the next break. So there's that. I will be back here, by the way, on my next scheduled stream is Saturday. I might have 2 that day. We might still have the Bitter Victory crew getting together. We will not be playing the Bitter Victory because we are short either the Bitter or the Victory. Depends on how you want to define your terms. But we might still do a game. And then I'm having my retirement party. So I'm going to hang out here for as long as I can and just talk about teaching and play games and share stories and all kinds of other fun stuff. And that'll be on Saturday. So Saturday here is going to be a great day. I'm really excited. And I am going to show off. This was on my cake. And I almost can't look at it too much because he's so sad to see me leave. So, anywho, thank you all for coming out tonight. We are going to raid into Dork Tales tonight. Because they are running, they are very deep into their D&D game. They're on season 4 of one of their campaigns. It looks like everyone's, I want to say like 12th level. So it's a high-end campaign. And they're always good for a hangout and for some good actual play Dungeons & Dragons content. I have a lot of respect for that channel. I hope you guys have a fun time hanging out with them coming from here. Huge thank yous to everyone that was in here tonight. Arwen for the support, Lord Lethris for the raid and the follow, and Tentacle for also following. So thank you for being part of that. We will see you all next time we get together. Until then, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please stay safe.